I'm in the field, 2-minute drill, highlight reel, let's review, what's the deal, okay? Watching footage going out of control, buckle up, we got an hour to go, so let's go, that's straight heat. Ain't no chillin' around here, back to back, Nat Chance, how we feelin' around here? Got my whole squad in the building around here. If my name ain't on it, then I really don't care. Come on. 3-point stance, we advance. Ball in my hands, I don't take no chance. Touchdown dance, that's my jam. No hot takes, this is nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. On the beat, hey. Yeah.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What's up? Really like that. You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
It is just a normal thing to suppose. No, we're not gonna dive too into it, but chat's trying to get us in trouble before the show even starts. So I guess I'll say welcome in, everyone. Welcome into a Thirsty Thursday on the Film Guy Network. But before you go downtown and pregame the weekend, we've got 2 hours of nonstop beautiful college football content for you. Brooks will be here
momentarily.
I think the last text we got from him was 8:20 ETA.
So we're going to hold him to it, all right? If Brooks is on time, we will just slowly give him a round of applause. If not, nothing but hate messages for the rest of the night.
Do you think he's watching right now?
I don't know. He's been pretty locked in on some documentaries, it sounds like.
Do you remember that period of time where, like, if I wasn't on show, and he'd be like, bro, Kirby doesn't watch the show. He's like, I'll Venmo him $100 if he's in chat. I was like, but, yeah, welcome in. We've got some wonderful topics to discuss with you. A couple of teams have elected to cancel.
Didn't turn the lav on. Thank you, chat.
Oh. Well, everything we just said has gone out the window now. We've got to completely restart the stream and all that stuff. In a minute, this microphone issue will be fixed, but in the meantime, we've got some wonderful content for you today. Some non-conference games saw their end this week, while others are still going to be happening. We'll talk about that a little bit. Which college football programs will be most benefited by a national championship in the long term? We have another return of Paul Finebomb Says. It is peak Paul Finebomb Says season, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll save that one for when Brooks gets here in studio. And yes, if you're just now tuning in, we have the audio fixed because the live wasn't turned on. That's a classic error. It's
on us. Sometimes you're not used to doing things around here, and that was a slip up on us though. So apologies for that, chat. Thank you for reminding us to fix that.
Yeah, we will be better for you tomorrow. Don't worry. What else do we have to talk about today in the National Hour? Some other fun topics here. Oh, we are going to discuss the top 10 games that you would want to see in person. We all know that there's a bunch of college football games this season that are going to be a lot of fun. Which ones do you think will create the most fun environments? Might not always be the most dazzling game or the most high-profile matchup of that week, but something that you want to see in person. And then I have a question for you two that I would like to ask, and we can discuss come then. But before we get anything into these topics, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, please do so. Ring the bell. Do all those fun things, and make sure you're chatting as well in live chats. We have a really good live chat community, and it's also good for the algorithm. So what are we starting with, Jay Will?
Oh, well, you were driving ship. You tell me. How about we could go ahead and start. Oh, let's do Paul Feinbaum Says. I love a good Paul Feinbaum Says.
Well, I said let's save that one for Brooks.
Oh, that's a Brooks topic.
Well, I mean, he likes that part.
He does like Paul Feinbaum Says. We could go ahead and hit on this Alabama and Ohio State keeping their home and home. That seems like a pretty prevalent topic at the moment, considering there were multiple instances today of some being canceled, but this one sticking around.
Yeah, so I think the first news to break today was that Georgia and Florida State mutually agreed to cancel their 27 and 28 home-and-home series, which kind of created an uproar of everyone. But Alabama and Ohio State then came out a few moments later and said, hey, we are still a full go for our non-conference games. And credit to both of these teams because they have had some really strong non-conference matchups. We know Ohio State's doing a home-and-home with Texas. They did one last year. Alabama's doing a home-and-home with Florida State. So these are two programs that seem pretty keen on continuing these home-and-home competitions.
Yeah, I've continued to hand out my flowers to Ohio State because in the midst of a time of college football where it seems like non-conference games might be at risk. Hence the title of tonight's episode of Are Non-Conference Games Going to Be Extinct? Obviously, they won't forever be extinct because you still have the typical rivalries like Georgia and Georgia Tech. And also, I know that the SEC and I'm sure the Big Ten maybe has something in this as well where you're required to play one Power 4 team outside of your conference. So I don't think that they'll ever go completely extinct. Maybe they do, but I sure hope not. But it's cool to see that a team like Ohio State continues to build upon their schedule, have these out-of-conference games, and not just any out-of-conference games, but out-of-conference games against premier opponents. You just mentioned it, that they had it against Texas. They're continuing that this year. And then they're also throwing Alabama in the mix and keeping it in the mix as well. So, I've handed out my flowers many of times to Ohio State for continuing to do this, and I'll once again do it today. Good on you, and also good on you for maintaining the home and home, because that's what makes these games super interesting is when one team has to go to an environment that they don't typically get to travel to and vice versa. That's what makes these non-conference games so great is it's not just played in Charlotte or it's not just played in Atlanta or your typical neutral site venue. It's played on the home turf of these teams, and it always provides such a great and unique environment.
Now, here's what I want to kind of maybe put on a tinfoil hat theory about this and ask you, because I feel like in a world where college football is pretty much everything is done for dollars or done for some ulterior motive, it seems kind of out of left field for these two programs to be like, oh, we're doing this because the fans deserve it. We're doing this because it's better competition. Because realistically, we saw this last year. Playing a high-profile non-conference matchup does you no favors. It kept Texas out of the college football playoff last year, and it hurt Alabama when they lost to Florida State. There's got to be some ulterior motive this is being done. What do you think it is?
I don't know. Maybe just I don't know.
Oh, wow, you're early.
What up, boys?
You are early.
Yeah. I beat some traffic.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if I
welcome
can.
in.
I don't know if I can think of an ulterior motive that this would have, other than the fact of these two teams still want to hold value in non-conference games. Like they still think they matter. They still think they're important. And again, I think this is part of what many people would say is great about college football is when you get matchups like this. And typically you get them early on in the season. I know that it did potentially cost Texas a college football playoff spot last year, but you could also point to their other two losses as to why they did not make the college football playoff, handle your business in your other games, and you still hold a playoff spot. But I don't know. I wouldn't say that there's an ulterior motive other than that it's clear to me, at least from Ohio State's perspective, that they still care about this. They still hold value in games like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I don't want to be the suspicious conspiracy theorist on this, but it does seem like in an age where all decisions are made are money-driven or benefit-driven. It kind of feels weird that you're keeping these non-conference matchups.
Well, there's a whole lot of monetary value in having these types of matchups.
Right.
Like I'm sure that this is going to drive a whole bunch of revenue for Ohio State the weekend that Alabama comes to town. Same thing for Alabama when Ohio State. Because again, these are two teams that don't traditionally match up in this setting where they're going to Columbus or they're going to Tuscaloosa. So I'd imagine there's a lot of Ohio State fans that want to get a feel for what Bryant-Denny is like and also for the shoe. You have your hand raised.
I got a suggestion. If you want to encourage non-conference games, ESPN and the TV rights holder should give the schools that participate a percentage of revenue based off the bump in television rate in comparison to a regular non-conference game.
Yeah, I mean,
Georgia and Ohio State, if they get, whatever it is, 20% of the additional viewership revenue, boom. But I don't think that's how TV ads are sold, unfortunately.
I don't think so either.
How we doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I had to, guzzle down a couple of Dino Nuggets.
There you go.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Whew, I am tired.
I'm sure it's been a busy week for you.
I'm in that situation where it's 8 o'clock already. I've been up since 3:30. I need caffeine to hammer the rest of the show. I did get an hour nap in a parking lot, so that was clutch.
Nice.
Though for some reason I could sleep on that carpet floor, get 8 hours solid. You sleep me upright in a car chair, and I'm in and out every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, I'm up, and it's terrible sleep for me.
The car has to be driving for me to sleep consistently.
Right? That's weird. Why is that?
I think the white noise and those vibrations of the road.
But anyways, so I had that. But I normally, if I didn't have to wake up tomorrow morning again, I'd be at East Coweta 5:30. That's 2 hours from here.
Yeah.
That's another 3:15 alarm. I was out of the door at 3:30 this morning. Joey King, love you to death. My man down there, I think it's Coach Short down there at East Coweta. Love you to death. I don't like 315 alarms. I don't like those. I don't like those at all. So normally I'm ADD, rambunctious, way too much energy. I have no idea what I'm about to do the next hour and 50 minutes.
Might make for good show content. The unexpectedness of Brooks.
I'm laughing my ass off at the show notes.
Why is that?
Which part?
Because of the Brian Kelly thing, man.
Oh,
the Brian Kelly thing cracked me up.
Let's go ahead and talk about that.
I'm out here talking to Claude about my next interview. What they gonna ask me, AI? AI, you've been through a lot of coaching interviews. What they got for me?
Yeah,
was wild.
The direct quote of that was, every day I'm trying to do my due diligence, asking and using Claude AI, asking questions to build some of those answers that I think it'd be helpful for me
About my next interview.
as
My
I get in front of an athletic director. I mean, I get it's a smart idea to consult artificial intelligence for some extra point of views that
Right?
might not be in, but like the idea of like Brian Kelly just sitting in front of his computer being like, how should I answer this question?
I have breaking news, by the way. And this goes for all the haters, all these years in the comments that have been giving me shit about being a top button guy. I believe you two are both of the people that give me shit about my top button swag. You know who's a top button guy?
I don't care.
You do not care. No. You're going to retract that statement when I tell you I found out today, confirmed, top button guy.
Who is it?
One Glenn Schumann. A top button guy. So all you little haters in the comments, top button's the way to go. One button better than the rest. That's the deal.
Good on you. I'm glad you.
I had to get that off. I had to let the world know that I am not out here alone. It's me, it's Glenn Schumann, and it's Chris Sims. I don't like the third edition, but I'll take the second one I found today.
I will never personally rock the third button on a polo.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
I could do it. I just choose not to.
Yeah,
it's just my preference. So, but hey, glad that you got your own confirmation.
Yeah, I'm glad that you got validation.
Maybe I should ask AI what I should do with my top button. Should I button it or not, Claude?
Brian Kelly is.
By the way, which version of AI is Claude? I'll be talking to Grok. ChatGPT is who I hang
Claude
out
is its
with.
own separate entity.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like
so he pays for that. He's out here paying for the robot.
Well, there's a free version of it. I don't know if he's. I mean, you obviously have certain limitations if you're not paying for it, but you can pay for Grok. So
okay.
But I think the idea of Brian Kelly utilizing artificial intelligence to increase his likelihood of being hired is quite humorous. And
now I understand that Brian Kelly hasn't been through very many head coaching interviews, but this is a guy that has been around the sport for quite a while now, has been involved in college football for a very long time, and the idea that you maybe don't feel like you could be prepared for what you might be asked as someone interviewing for a head coaching spot is very weird to me.
Like, buddy, the idea that you're not just going to get the next mid-major job because you're Brian Kelly anyways is hysterical to me. Like, you need to practice for interviews, whatever. It's not, bro. If a big Power 5, top 25 job comes available, Brian Kelly is not getting that. That's not what he's going to be interviewing for.
No.
He's not going to be immediately able to go back to even like a Cincinnati, I don't believe. He's going to have to start back at right? That's how this thing works.
No, I think
Billy Napier does. I know Brian's worked 3 times or 2 times over, and then it failed at LSU. But normally when you fail, you have to go down. And when you go down, it's Butch Jones going to Western Kentucky or whatever Arkansas State, right? And it's like, okay, I'm sure Butch's interview at Arkansas State was not that exhaustive. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like Brian Kelly's a step above where Butch Jones was. Like Brian Kelly,
you're right.
Had
an
8-4 LSU team. Like Butch Jones had Tennessee going 4-8. Like it was ugly in Knoxville before he went there.
I forget. I realized today wearing this shirt around. Obviously, not everyone listens to our show, but also not everyone enjoys making fun of Hugh Freeze as much as I do. But that's okay. It's okay.
You had people getting mad at you for
no. They're just like doing the thing where when you wear shirts with words on that people don't recognize, they do the thing and they're like, "We're so dang close." I'm like, "That's right. We were so dang close." And I'm like, "What's up with that?" I was like, "Well, I said it on the show one time. If he says it one more time, I'm printing the shirts." And then I printed the shirts, and he happened to get fired before I got the shirts. But what else we got on the show notes tonight, boys? What did y'all talk about while I was not here?
We just talked about Alabama and Ohio State standing 10 toes down, saying we're still going to be playing our non-conference games.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my take on that was like I feel like there's some ulterior motive for that to happen. It's not just fan service in my opinion.
I thought, wasn't there a report like this time last year that the Big Ten and the SEC were going to getting together about non-cons? They were going to start doing non-conference games and then 1+ in between.
I'm sure that it's continued.
Yeah,
discussion.
I mean that'd be great.
I thought we were going to soon we were going to start getting 9 conference games and then an annual Michigan Oklahoma and an annual Georgia Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like you've had a few and maybe that's the silver lining of this 2014 playoff. Teams feel more incentivized to have these more difficult out of conference matchups because you can lose more games. So that might be your positive spin on this, but again, I don't know. So yeah. We'll go ahead and bring this out for you.
Texas, good job, Texas. Scheduling tough.
Yeah.
Out of conference, the Notre Dames of the world.
Shout out. I mean, Notre Dame is very thankful for that.
Yeah. What else we got?
It's Paul Feinbaum says day.
Did you let everybody know that they need to subscribe, tell a friend?
Course,
you did that. That's all the business that we got going on right about now.
Correct.
Shout out to the free agency world. I was looking back on it now. Some time has passed. I was kind of glad we weren't ripping gambling ads in the middle of that Sorsby thing because it got sticky for a lot of our colleagues out here.
Yeah, do not have a logo in the top left-hand corner of the screen.
Yet. There's gonna be. We're not holier than thou around here. There's gonna be. We're not pointing fingers. We're just saying I was relatively grateful to be poor at the time.
We're welcome to anybody though. Whoever wants to be that person. It doesn't have to be gambling. Anybody who wants to
step up to the plate.
Yeah.
Who wants to be repped by TFN, Film Guy Network?
Exactly.
Come on now. What are you thinking?
Yeah, the wheels.
You over there turning the wheels?
Not going to say it on a microphone though.
Okay.
Paul Feinbaum says is back.
Ooh.
With peak.
Is this typical Paul Feinbaum says though? Because I think it was last week or maybe on Monday we did Paul Feinbaum says, and Paul wasn't hitting like he was last year. I think maybe we've kind of teetered off to the speed that we were running last year.
So this one is Paul Feinbaum got up to the edge and almost hit his perfect peak Paul Feinbaum quote and kind of walked it back and kind of played it safe. So here's the Paul Feinbaum quote. Paul Feinbaum says that he will label Lane Kiffin as college football's most overrated coach if LSU misses the playoffs.
Okay.
So the way this was asked
is this on Crane & Co?
This was on Crane & Co. They asked him, who do you think is the most overrated coach in college football? And he kind of panders around and there's
tossed around 3 names, did he?
He was like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Trying to flesh out names. And then he goes, I will say, if Lane Kiffin does not make the playoffs this year, I'll label him. And the quote is this: I think a year from today, if Lane Kiffin has not made the playoffs, I would put him at the top of that list. It's so hard to give him total credit for what happened last year because he did not do the most important thing on the Ole Miss schedule. I am somewhat underwhelmed by Lane Kiffin's overall record, which I think that's the part where I want to talk about in this is that it feels very weird where Lane Kiffin gets a lot of the credit that I also think he doesn't deserve, but he also gets a lot of the hate that I think is unwarranted as well. It's the most interesting thing.
Right. Well, I would say that I
believe the term for that would be polarizing.
Right.
Yeah, no, he is definitely the most polar. I would argue he's probably the most polarizing coach in sports.
Gotta be, yeah.
There's polarizing athletes, but historically, 9 times out of 10, the head coach is normally kind of not a main storyline.
Yeah, other than Mr. Vrabel right now.
Oh yes, that's unfortunate.
But other than that, you're right. But Lane Kiffin's been this consistently.
Are they just gonna keep leaking things out on that for eternity?
It looks that way.
I think they could have got him fired if they would have dumped it all at once. No,
maybe I don't know. Maybe. But is it better?
What's the goal? What is the goal? It's obviously it's not our show. It's a college football show, but it's a very newsworthy topic.
I think it's just TMZ getting fed more and more things, and people being like,
"Oh, it had to be a private investigator for 6 years on these people."
I mean, it could
goofies. Anyways, I had a thought. The most intriguing thing that has come out about LSU football as of late is how much they pay Jordan Seaton, and I'm getting a phone call right now. I have to take that.
Ooh, an important phone call.
The thing I would say about Paul's stance on Lane Kiffin is I would say that I don't think that if he were to miss the playoffs this year with LSU, that shouldn't just automatically erase what he did at Ole Miss a season ago. I know he didn't coach during the playoffs, but Lane Kiffin got Ole Miss to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that was his doing as a head coach. Of by the end of the regular season, his team was in the big dance, and after that, you can say what you want about what happened with Ole Miss, whether that's his success or not, but I don't think just 1 year removed from that at a school that Lane Kiffin himself deemed as a lesser than compared to LSU. Just because he misses a playoff in year one doesn't mean overrated.
What's that?
Woof. That was somebody on the financing side of college football that has insight on some of these contracts. I would venture to say LSU spent $11 million on 2 football players.
I wouldn't be shocked by that, no.
Those being the 2 we would assume.
Sam Levitt and Jordan Seaton, and then you can throw another $850 for the backup quarterback. I bet Tredavious Green's getting close to $1 million. It's a lot of money. Hey, $20.5 million rev share though. That's what we got going on.
Oh well, we know that's not happening.
And again, I ballpark all that when somebody on the agency side of things tells me, hey, so-and-so got 6, I immediately think, okay, so-and-so probably got 4.5. You know what I mean? That's always my mindset. So let's call it $10 million for 2 players. We're not playing. Well, we know this, but it feels like it's getting even more staggered every year. I spoke to a coach that's in one of the Power 4 conferences yesterday, and he thinks of himself like a junior college football coach. And I can't say where he's at. I'll dime him out. But they've won conference titles in the last 5 or 10 years. And now they are a program that looks at themselves and tells high school kids, hey, come spend 2 years with me and go get $1 million.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like farm schools.
Yeah, farm schools that 10 years ago had chances to, play for a conference title. And now they play in conferences where it's like, hey, 2 years from now, you can get stolen by a conference member and actually make some money.
And not only like a few years ago, too, and I don't know who the school you're talking about is, but I would assume, too, like a few years ago, it would be viewed as like a very formidable option to go play college football at. Like if that was your 4-year career at that school, people wouldn't look at you funny like, oh, that's where you went? That's where you finished out? Like would have been a very deemable quality school.
When I hear things like that from people who are in the know on the financial side of things, I immediately think of like, okay, when I first heard Josh Pate be like, hey, $100 million rosters are going to be in the near future. And I was like, okay, distant near, like 5 years from now, maybe. Nope.
Jeez.
That like the numbers are $40 to $45 million rosters. It seems to me there is a $50 million roster out there floating around. Now, it's probably $15 million rev share and then $35 million of promises.
Right.
Like we're going to get you $100,000 from the local car dealership. We're going to get you $100,000 from the local fast food restaurant chain. We're just going to find a way to wash this money somehow or spread this money out. Did y'all see that Ross Dellinger tweet today?
Maybe. Which one?
The one about all the College Sports Commission denying a lot of deals. Did y'all see this?
I did not see this.
This was interesting. So, this is what happens when Brooks shows up and show notes already written, by the way. I apologize. I saw a graph. Oh, here it is right here. So it says more than $242 million in cleared NIL deals and $56 million that were not closed or that were not cleared by the College Sports Commission. So this is the data that I'm reading right here. 27,000 deals worth over almost $245 million. They denied 1,100 deals worth $56 million.
Whoa.
Okay, so for the math again, 26,500 deals that they approved equated to $24.2 million. They denied 1/26th of that for a quarter of that value.
Jeez.
So basically, if you're getting paid way too much, they just deny it.
As they should.
Yeah, I agree.
That is what Deloitte was brought in to do. Now, what I wonder is if I am, let's pick give me a school out of a hat, Big Ten, SEC, so we don't
Ohio
single
State.
anybody out. Okay. If we take Ohio State and we say, Now, Ohio State has one of their deals denied that was worth $2 million. Do they go find 20 new deals and pass them for $100,000?
Yeah, I mean,
that's probably what they're doing
for sure
to get the kid paid, because they're not going to turn around and lose $56 million worth of roster.
No.
You know, across the board in college football. So at least they're making them find ways to wash it a little clearer, is what it looks like to me. Between March 1st and April 30th of 2026. So there's a lot. There's a lot of data for that is, what is that? March 1st, April 30th. That's 2 months. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. That's a lot of deals getting passed through in 2 months of college football.
Yeah, well, at least they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's what I would say.
45% of deals submitted to NIL Go were resolved within 24 hours. So I don't want to hear anything about, hey, we're not passing our stuff through NIL Go anymore because they're taking too long. It looks like some of this data says that they're catching up with some of this stuff. 66% of deals reached a resolution within 7 days following the completion of all information in the fields of NIL Go. The remaining 34% of deals, the College Sports Commission must seek additional information from the student athlete. So they're just digging deeper on the deals that they're not. Those aren't even getting declined. They're investigating it like they should.
Yeah, I do wonder at how much is this going to. It obviously doesn't disincentivize teams paying incredible amounts of money for players. Like the roster amount has gone up each year. It's not like teams are going, all right, we got to slow down on this a little bit because we're actually getting investigated and these rules are getting enforced. And here's the other thing. If they have track and, this deal is valued at this much, this school is paying these players, like, why are alarms not going off? If everyone is openly talking about how there's a $50 million roster around there and rosters are exceeding $30 and $40 million.
If they're passing it through NIL Go and they're getting it done the right way. Here's what my brain immediately went to, because I've been watching a lot of the Frontiersman's documentary. The new frontier in college football, what is already in the works, if you're not already doing this, you're already 18, 24 months behind. The new frontier is figuring out a way to turn your football program into a marketing machine.
Yes.
That can actually find local businesses and companies that can actually invest and market into your athletes. Probably what we should have been doing from the beginning instead of passing the hat to fans. Mm-hmm. From the get-go, my initial thought process of name, image, and likeness is exactly that. You get paid for your name, meaning you have to build one worthy of being paid. Your image, meaning when I put your face on a poster board, it must mean something. People have to know you. And your likeness, same thing, right? I get the likeness from a college football play, like video game standpoint. They're all in that. They're using your number. I get it. They're selling your jerseys. We get it. But I never understood how a freshman defensive tackle who's never played a snap in college football was somehow worth $900,000 off of NIL. No, he ain't. He is no business would ever give him $900,000. Just tell me you're paying him $900,000 because he's good at football. I'm okay swallowing that pill. Don't tell me it's name, image, and likeness. No, it's not. It's pay for play. At least now it seems like they're having to market their athletes, which is good. It's really, really good.
And not just market them, but market them in legitimate ways.
Correct.
Not just say, hey, we have this company that wants to fork over X amount of dollars.
And by the way, as long as the money is equivalent, this is better for the athlete than just getting cash in your bank account. Because now you're actually developing relationships with businesses. Your face is actually getting put out in front of other, potential fans and building your brand, actually building your brand instead of just paying you for your results on your field.
Yeah, it's great. Why are the rosters still $40-50 million?
Because I'm saying they're clearly passing these through.
But why?
What do you mean why? They have legitimate deals.
Yeah, isn't that what it was supposed to be anyways?
But is there not a cap? Are we not supposed to
There is no cap on passing real deals through NIL. Through NIL
So
Go.
the cap is for
if Red Bull wants to pay Arch Manning $9 million, they can pay Arch Manning $9 million.
Yeah.
If Zaxby's wants to pay JT Daniels $750,000, they can pay him $750,000.
And that stuff is okay, because while you could still influence players to commit to your school because, hey, we have these brand deals, we have a player making X amount of dollars from this brand. If you come here, that could be you. But you're not just promising and guaranteeing money to a recruit or anybody in the transfer portal, whatever, by just saying, well, yeah, we have $5 million that we can pay you. It would be well, you can come here and we'll pay you, but on top of that, we could offer you this as well.
I mean, that leaked Sorsby potential deal to LSU. Remember Ross Dellinger put that out this summer or this early spring. Good Lord, I'm out of it. Back in January, February time when he ended up signing to Texas Tech. I think it was for $5 million. $2.5 million of it was rev share, and $2.5 million was promised NIL deals. In other words, we have these contracts set up with these companies. They're in line, ready to go. As soon as you get here, we will begin activations, is what they're calling them.
Yeah.
We will begin these activations once you get on campus. And I have no qualms or problems with that. I do understand that's going to create drastic haves and have-nots. We've had that forever in college football. It's just it feels more drastic now because we actually have dollar signs on it. I will say this though. I've driven through downtown or wherever the city that Wake Forest is in, schools like Wake Forest,
Winston-Salem.
They're big cities, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to go about and do this, right? Like Indiana did this tremendously, I feel like, and they're starting to roll it back. Obviously, it took great coaching, but Kirk Cignetti knew that was an enrollment or an alumni base of 800,000 people. He knew he could figure something out from a marketing standpoint, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree this is good for the sport. Things are being done the right way. I'm just hesitant to believe that that's still fully what's going on here. Because
what do you think? There are people who are not actually submitting deals to NIL Go?
Yeah, I think there's still way too much under the table stuff that is going. Like, why would Luke Farrelly all of a sudden up and leave from Clemson on the prospect of, hey, the NIL deals are going to be better over here? Like, they're still under the table. We're going to pay you just to sign on the dotted line going on,
but
I feel like.
I would say that's more of an issue to do with the current state and the upheld rules of the transfer portal more than it is about, or like tampering rules, as it is being able to pay athletes. If you if teams were binded to the rules of you cannot tamper once a player signs a contract, that player cannot be contacted, he's on that team. If you upheld those rules, that doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what Ole Miss can offer him.
I can't remember what coach it was. But he was out here under the impression that the pass the hat collective model is dead. He was an AD in the Big 12. He's like, the pass the hat collective model is dead. So if you hear anybody talking about that, they're breaking the rules. And I was like, sir, what are all these? They're all popping up. All these all these Arkansas pluses, Tennessee Vols plus. Glory. They're all left and right. Kane's support, like they're everywhere.
There are new ones.
Yeah, at Alabama, like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So how, if that's not, I feel stupid knowing the fact that I cover this sport really extremely hard. I feel like I'm very educated on the matters, and then there are moments like this where I'm like,
I don't know
the rules.
Yeah.
But I think that's everybody.
No,
it's
it's
not just
including
us.
ADs apparently.
Yeah.
Facts.
Good Lord.
This does segue really well into a question that I wanted to ask you all. It's one that I thought of hypothetically while I was writing show notes today. And here's the question.
Lay it on me, Curb.
Prompt. If I could promise you that everything wrong with college football right now, everything that we disagree with, everything that we think is wrong with the sport that needs to be fixed would get fixed instantly. But there is not a single season, there's not a single game played, not anything happening for the 2026 season. Would you take that deal?
Oh, so like a lockdown or a lockout. Like
essentially.
Like what MLB does every now and then where there's a lockout, season gets delayed.
But there is
It's
no college
It's going to be a no for me, fam. It's going to be a no for me. I'm dying right now.
Right.
I can't go another 18 months. This business would not survive. Boys.
Well, yeah, I mean, from our perspective, that would be rough to just go ahead and say that, hey, this upcoming season not going to be around. Like, we're going to have to forfeit an entire year.
We're on the search for the sickos for 18 months.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a tough deal for us. But, I mean, I would like to see things solved. I would like for the sport to get back to a very stable position. But I don't know. I don't know if I could just ditch a whole year of college football.
And I think that kind of speaks to the plight that fans are in right now where, yeah, the changes that you're seeing take place you don't want to see, but at the same point, like, we're not even willing to give up one season of it because it's that impactful to us, it's that important to us. So
I told you, I'm first across, right across that picket line. You'll see me Saturdays watching college football.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no boycotts from this guy.
Oh, dude, I remember.
I'll see the fellow picket line crossers on Sunday with some film breakdown too.
Dude, I remember when May and June, like these months of 2020, and they were like flirting with the idea of like, hey, might not be a football season. Dude, I was depressed. I was like, no.
Yeah, you guys were college students. Try being someone trying to start their career in sports media.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the best things that ever happened to me personally. It's what created all of the recruiting stuff that I do.
Mm-hmm.
College coaches couldn't get out on the trail, so I was everywhere. So
Hey,
guess who was in all of Brooks Austin's DMs for about 18 months? College coaches everywhere, and it has maintained that way since.
Mm-hmm. Took advantage of it. But that said, there will be a college football
Masked
season
up though,
this year.
Kirby.
Nah, I won't even worry about that. There will be a college football season this year, and there will be some exciting games taking place all throughout the regular season. So we figured, why not make a list of the top 10
we're doing
games?
this already, huh?
Yeah, we're almost done with the show. Top 10 games you would want to see live and in person this season.
I guess we can go ahead first. Let you gather your thoughts because I'm sure you need
I
to
have
construct a
none.
list. Yeah.
I'm currently airdropping 276 videos to my laptop.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's
All right, well, I can go ahead. Now, these are not rankings. I did not rank
Yeah,
my
I didn't
games.
rank them either.
I just went and found 10 games that I felt like I would like to attend this season, with the first one being North Carolina versus TCU in Ireland, only so I can go to Ireland. Don't really care about either of these teams. Don't know how great of a game it will be. But, seeing a game internationally, seeing that venue, it'd be a pretty cool experience.
The motherland, yes.
Second one, Clemson at LSU. I mean, this is the kickoff of college football season. This is week 1, Death Valley, potentially at night. How much better can it be? I wish Clemson would be in a better state.
You mentioned the
of
Rose Bowl?
program. Well,
Or what?
I'm only through 2.
Sorry. What was 10?
I'm not ranking them. I'm just going down my list at the very moment. So, number 3, Ohio State at Texas. I think that one's pretty
Absolutely.
self-explanatory. One of the biggest games of this college football season in week 2. So, have to wait a little bit. You get the primer with Clemson at LSU. Then you go and rip off Ohio State at Texas. LSU at Ole Miss. This might end up being the most cinematic game of the entire season.
This is number 1.
Like
I know
this-
we didn't rank them. This is my number 1.
It might be number 1. Selfishly, maybe wish it would be at LSU, but just the idea of these fans being locked into a stadium for 4 quarters of a football game when this feud has been brewing for the entire offseason.
Oh, dude, I'm glad it's in
And I'm
Oxford.
glad that it's early on in the season because one of these seasons can't be completely derailed yet. Everything means so much still.
Dude,
I hope they revamp stadium security somehow or do something. They're going to have to do something.
They need
that place. That place is ready to come unglued in just a standard, regular, everyday Saturday
the guys
football
get
game.
sucker punched at the baseball game between these two.
This sucker is going to be bonkers.
I want you to think about this. Lane Kiffin left Tennessee at the altar. And
idea.
a decade later, Tennessee fans were still mad enough to sneak golf balls and mustard balls.
I got to tell you a story.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
This is within a year of Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss amidst a college football playoff run. He is the most hated man in Oxford, Mississippi. By far, this is going to be the most insane.
Can I go now?
Yes. You may.
They're going to have to shotgun start this thing. I've been to a high school football game like this before. Game was supposed to start at 7:30. I show up at like 6:15 because, it's Friday. I'm going across Atlanta. So I'm there early, or you're going to be there 45 minutes late. And I'm like, wait a minute. They're playing football right now. The game's not supposed to start for 90 minutes. What the hell's going on? And I walk up to the AD. It's like almost halftime. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, hey, man, if we play this thing, when we tell everybody we're going to play this thing, the students actually show up on time, and there's fights by halftime. We can't even get it done. So we just start it whenever – we just tell the coaches we're going to start at this time, and then we go.
Yeah,
That's what they're going to have to do to this game.
Well,
just tell the TV networks that's it.
Yeah.
The shotgun started.
The TV networks are not going to be happy about that.
Otherwise, it's just going to be interruptions.
Well, for my selfishness, don't do that. I want to see
Please,
it.
no.
all.
I want to
wanna
see
see
this game.
everything.
I would love to see that game, dude.
The next one I have on my list, Oregon at USC. I mean, this is just it goes back to the Pac-12, a rivalry between those two schools. And for the Week 4 slate, I feel like that was the best game of the week. Then the next one is Georgia at Alabama. I mean, that matchup in general over the last decade, that is must-see TV every single time. You walk into it I don't care where either team is at that point in time. It's going to be a close game. It's going to come down to the final play of the game. That's always a good one. Ohio State at Indiana the next week at Week 7. Just kind of going back to last season, the Big 10 championship. I feel like that's a really good matchup. Miami at Notre Dame on October 7th in Week 10. I mean, it's like the game for Notre Dame next season. It's the one that they have to show up at if they want to make the playoff. That's probably a must-win game for them.
I just thought about this. That's between two programs that don't traditionally show up for their home team. Like, there's handfuls of clips of, Notre Dame Stadium getting taken over. Obviously, we know what goes on with Miami. Like, that's going to be a very interesting. I think Notre Dame's going to show up.
I would imagine Notre Dame shows up for that one.
I don't think Miami's going to show up.
That's at Notre Dame?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame, they probably have a consecutive sellout streak. They're not going to let that stadium's not going to have empty seats. It might have orange colored seats, but it ain't going to have empty seats.
I'm not worried about
Now,
them losing.
Hard Rock's got empty seats.
Yeah, Hard Rock is
That's
empty.
the difference.
Notre Dame gets taken over a ton, though.
Yeah, and Notre Dame fans will say, well, that's because we're a brand. That's because we're a destination. That's because when you play us, you want to come because we're Notre Dame.
That's also because your fans and students are
I
selling
love
the
that
tickets
about
over.
them, though. And that's what makes being pretentious so awesome when you're a college, like a fan of any football or any team. Being pretentious about your team is awesome. If you individually sucks outside of that, everybody hates you. But they are consistently pretentious just about everything.
Yeah.
Even that, it's like Georgia bought 45% of those seats. Well, that's because you poor folks in Athens ain't never been to South Bend, Indiana.
It's just that great of a place.
Y'all wanted to come up here.
The next one I have on my list is Auburn at Alabama. This will be on my list. This will continue to be on my list until I see an Iron Bowl for myself in person. Yeah. Kirby asked me before the show, like, even with Auburn being in the first year of Alex Golesh, you want to go? I was like, I just want to see it. I just want to experience an Iron Bowl at some point in my life. Same to the tune of this game as well, Army versus Navy.
Yes.
One time in my life, I want to go and see that game.
Bucket
and it's
list
perfect.
football game.
There's no other college football games going on that weekend. It's the perfect time to make the drive up there or the flight up there and go and witness that glory. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Very
That beautiful
patriotic.
game. Yes, very patriotic game.
The flyover elite.
Yes. I just want to see it, experience it. So, yeah, there's my 10 games I'd like to see this season.
Well, we had a lot of overlap on our list.
Yeah, it's
However,
hard not to.
there's a couple of games. I do wonder, though, going back to the Iron Bowl, what environment do you think is better to watch the Iron Bowl? Now, obviously, there's factors that play into this, which team is good, how the records are both teams, but people in chat who've been to Iron Bowls, who consistently watch them, what is the better stadium to watch that game in? Is it at Jordan-Hare or is it at Bryant-Denny? I'm very curious what's the better environment.
Are both teams great?
Well, that's the fact. I think that's a factor that plays into it.
Yeah, if Alabama's a top 10 team and Auburn's unranked, it has to be at Jordan-Hare.
I would agree with that, and that's what I was going to say. Like coming from somebody who hasn't been to an Iron Bowl, but I've been to Bryant-Denny at its peak when Georgia played there in 2024, and I've been to Jordan-Hare this past season when Auburn held a lead over Jordan. It's Jordan to me.
Well, buddy, they're just going to get mad at you.
Okay.
I mean, so I was trying to help you.
I don't think I'm the only person that would call it Jordan-Hare.
It is spelled like Jordan, but it's Jordan.
It just sounds funky.
I know.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Brett.
Yeah.
Jordan.
There
you go.
I was there last season as well. Both have great environments. I would imagine, though, if Auburn's a better team or if Auburn's also good, just like Alabama, that's probably the better environment.
Jordan-Hare, he didn't have any.
Man.
Some games that were not on your list. Did you have Oregon, Ohio State on your list?
I didn't have that one on
Oregon at Ohio State is a very, very fun matchup for me. Not only because, and like Ohio State at Indiana is going to be great. I want to see the shoe. I want to see a Dan Lanning football team going to the shoe. This is their first matchup in this environment, isn't it not correct? The last time they played in Oregon, and then it was the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
So this is Dan Lanning's first trip to the Horseshoe.
The last time they played was when you had a crash out in our group chat when Will Howard slid in the final moments of the game.
I was so mad at him, dude. So mad.
We were already deep into the deep state. I think we anti-Will Howard deep state in the offseason, didn't we?
You certainly did.
When I found out he was making like $2 million.
You certainly did.
I was just mad that game was shaping up to be an all-time classic, and it ended on an idiotic play.
Ultimately, didn't matter.
I felt like,
Redeemed himself, to say the least.
Oh, big time.
for sure. This one might be selfish, and we've seen numerous games in this stadium, but Oklahoma at Georgia is a very intriguing matchup for me because it's two programs that are very proud, two programs that are in the SEC, but it's two programs that don't have a ton of history. There's not a lot of overlap there.
I don't know if I could take in that much orange.
Oklahoma and Georgia?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tennessee and Texas.
That's my other one.
Oh, okay.
But
I was peeping over there to see which one you were talking about.
List peeping, dude?
Sorry. I was just trying to get a gauge of where we were at.
Now, the next one, Texas and Tennessee. Texas at Tennessee is going to be interesting. We've all been to Neyland. Neyland Stadium is an incredible
Awesome.
environment. I don't think
environment.
that there's any shame in saying it's one of the best in college football. The orange will be a lot there. It's going to be a very
not a very visual pleasing
It will not be a visually pleasing game. However, Arch Manning in Knoxville with an opportunity to upset a Texas team that may or may not be ranked number one at that point, I would love to see that environment. And then the final one I have, and this is another one of these bucket lists, another one of the I got to see it myself. Whatever game Penn State's got the whiteout in. Hopefully it's a night game, but I hear so much about how this is one of the best environments in college football. I want to see it for myself. So that's my top 10 list. You're looking very confused at your phone.
I just don't know how these guys do this. I left McEachern's scrimmage before both the Georgia coaches that were in attendance. I drove, obviously, home. An hour ago, Glenn Schumann was in South Carolina seeing Robert Gathers, the safety from the DB from Providence Day.
I'm sure they have an escort.
I'm sure they have a private jet, but it's like, man,
That's pretty impressive.
I'm out here paying $4.50 a gallon.
Oof.
No kidding, dude.
No, thank you.
Yeah, bad time to be on the road.
Bad time to drive what I drive, too.
That too.
Yes,
That
indeed.
too.
But yeah, those are the games that I have that I would love to see in person this
They
year.
fly. Thank you, Marcy. Thank you. But still, logistically, it makes – I mean, what's the local PJ Landon strip, like 10 minutes from him? Who drops the rental car? Who picks that up?
I don't know.
It's like it's crazy. Anyways, sorry. I'm derailing everything tonight,
No, it's all
guys.
good.
It's not my best show. I did not expect it to be either.
Do you have any games that you, off the top of your head, that we didn't list that you would say you want to see in person this year?
I want to spend week one at Clemson LSU.
Yeah.
Just because I want to go to LSU.
Yeah.
And, I don't think there's much else week one other than Ohio State, Texas. But
That's week 2, I think.
That's week 2.
The LSU,
No, Clemson LSU is week 1.
but the Ohio
What
State,
about
Texas.
Ohio
is-
State?
Ohio
Texas.
State Texas is week 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
The LSU,
Maybe we try to go to both of those.
that'd be insane.
Do we got motion like that?
I don't know.
The reason
Might have to find out.
the reason I didn't put LSU Clemson on that list is for the very reason that I don't think that'll be a good game. Now I could be wrong, and it could be one of the games of the year, and the environment could be insane. I'm just hesitant to think that that's going to be. Now it'll be a week 1 matchup. It'll be a great environment.
But I feel like for this game specifically, for LSU, like going to witness Death Valley,
Yeah.
this is a game where it doesn't matter if the other team isn't good because this is the first Lane Kiffin head coach game
Also,
for LSU.
I saw Wazoo give them a sweat last year.
That too.
So,
But I mean,
Yeah,
it's the first week of the season. Everybody's juiced for week 1.
Yeah.
And it's a game against an opponent you don't play very often. Like people are going to be juiced no matter what.
yeah, I just want to go to a game where I feel like in the fourth quarter it's going to be close and it's going to be a high octane moment. I don't think that will be the case.
It
with
probably
LSU
won't
Clemson.
be.
and that's why I didn't have it on my list. But I completely understand.
guys
why.
off the Vizina spoon already.
Oh, you guys
Dang.
are back on the
Oh,
Clemson train.
Dude, I'm smart enough to not touch the spoon yet.
Dude, come on now.
That
Now,
thing's still hot from
If we
last
want-
year.
If we want to talk about spoons, we can talk about the Jayhawks a little bit. Dude.
Why?
That one is
I'll never
the fact
get
that
rid
you're
of that
still
one.
on that one is rather concerning.
I met
I'll
a
never get
Jayhawk
rid-
today. He was a kind fella.
I'm sure he
Yeah,
was.
dude, they're all
Yeah.
great.
Have nothing but good things to say about them for the most part.
I met some Indiana fellas today. I met some Michigan State fellas today. Some Florida folks. Some Kentucky folks. Everybody down here. You know what? I ain't seen a Notre Dame logo in all these years doing this. Never seen a Notre Dame logo. But it's not like they don't recruit Atlanta.
Yeah, it is interesting. Maybe just different schedules, not overlapping. Like I'm sure there's
Probably.
guys down here.
Probably.
So, all right, it's that time of the episode.
What time?
Will you bring over that laugh for me?
We're doing that.
We're doing it.
We got nothing else to talk about. We have
He
to.
really doesn't want you to do
We
this.
have to enrage the audience. Right now.
Supposedly, this is the biggest one yet.
Oh, it's a banger.
This is my.
This is
He
this
brought
is
us
a
my favorite
redemption
one.
potentially.
Redeemed.
So he claims.
First debut.
It's not a redemption, but
I would say it's a redemption. I mean, we're going on a week straight now of chat cooking you for what you brought to the show last week.
2 weeks. Saltine
Oh, yeah,
take
that was indeed-
was top 5 chips.
Yeah,
That's
saltine
garbage.
crackers was not on the list for.
Oh,
top
okay.
five.
Doritos, Tostitos. I like bland chips.
That's
guy.
right. You tried desserts. You tried to redeem yourself last week. Let's see if you can actually
I
redeem
felt.
yourself this
Look, I'm
time.
gonna say I felt very good about the desserts one. That was actually something I felt was going to be pretty agreeable. I didn't realize we had so many bread pudding haters out here. Now, as I said, it's come to my attention that my flavor choices have been heavily scrutinized within the chat. I've read all the mean things you've said about me. So, in order to right the ship and fight the Kirby's afraid of spice, wafers are too spicy for Kirby, we have the top 5 hot sauces.
Oh Lord.
Yes, that's right. I went through my list of hot sauces and ranked them 5 through 1, beginning with the number 5 hot sauce of mine, Tapatio.
Hey, just to let you know, and I'm not trying to lead the witness. I know this has already been made, but there is a certain hot sauce company that has tried to market with us. So I hope this goes well.
Don't worry. Don't worry, that hot sauce company is on the list. However, I'm not sacrificing my personal opinion
Attaboy.
for $1.
That a boy.
They will be on the list. though.
A man of honor and
That's
dignity.
Right. Tapatio, good hot sauce, not my
Solid.
favorite. It's one of those where it's just like, you know what? Yeah, I'll have some of that.
Here's one for you, Kirby. Mixing Tapatio with Chick-fil-A sauce. Give it a shot.
See, I don't like Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh, well.
I would rather, if I'm going to do sauce at Chick-fil-A, I'd go the buffalo route. But Tapatio, it's the Cheerios of hot sauces.
So when AI made this, sorry,
Cheerio
when you made this
AI?
list, when you made
Cheerio
this
hot
list,
sauces.
did you try these beforehand to like confirm your feelings?
Yeah, this is based on personal preferences and tastes that I've had and all these things
sorry.
and my experiences with these said hot sauces. Moving on to number 4, please. Louisiana hot sauce.
Nice.
Friend of the show. We've got the keychain hanging up over there.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good hot sauce. I would much prefer this over Tabasco. Spoiler, that's not on the list.
I don't like Tabasco either.
I don't enjoy the taste of Tabasco. So Louisiana,
Too vinegary.
it's too vinegary.
Yeah.
It just dominates the food.
I
Hot
agree.
Yeah,
sauce
and
is-
what's up with the put the peppers in the jar? I know that's not hot sauce. That's pepper sauce. But
Yeah.
that weirds me out too.
It's like the mezcal, the worm. But yeah, no, not a fan of Tabasco. Louisiana hot sauce, much better.
Makes the list.
Number 3, Cholula. Cholua's good. Cholua's got a very unique flavor to it.
I don't know if I can say I've had that one.
The reason it's not higher on this list, too expensive. I don't know why Cholula is so expensive. It's not the working man's hot sauce.
You think it's the wooden cork at the top? You think it's
It
a
might be
manufacturing
that.
cost?
It might
Oh,
be
I
that.
have.
It's like
had
a
this.
maker's mark.
I have had this.
Yeah, Cholula's the one. Yeah, you'll get this at
I know
like
exactly
a lot of,
what
like,
you're talking
breakfast
about.
diners and stuff.
Yeah.
Good hot sauce.
You can
but-
say it. A lot of Mexican restaurants have Cholula on
Well, no,
on the
Jay
table.
Jay Christopher's loves this stuff. It's everywhere. They've got like 2 bottles of table for it.
I feel like Cholula is the go-to Tex-Mex
Yeah.
hot sauce on the table.
That's fair. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Texas, number 2,
This is my favorite.
Texas Pete.
What a
That's my
transition.
OG right there.
Texas
Yeah.
Pete is very good. Texas Pete, not a ton of flavor, is a little bit watery. Not my favorite hot sauce, but always a solid option.
Gets the job done every time.
That's right. And it's consistency. We love that around here. Before we get to number 1, we always do the honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1, Crystal. Aldi shoppers will know exactly what I'm talking about here. This is, it's kind of a mix
Never heard
between
of Crystal
Texas
hot
Pete
You
and
haven't?
Louisiana. Crystal, it's good. It looks like a generic brand, but it's good.
Well, good.
Honorable mention number 2, Black Mamba. Now, this is on the list for a very specific reason. This is, without a doubt, one of the hottest hot sauces I've ever had. And we'll be trying some tonight on the show.
I've already tried it. I don't know if I should have to try it again.
You got to do it on camera.
I don't know if I have to. I
Come
think
on,
I
dude, do it.
already tried it once. I think once was enough, to
do
be
it
honest.
for the vine, Jay Will.
Do it for the vine.
It's a no-go for me, fam.
No. See,
Yeah, no, it's a no-go.
So-
I'm past the age of just try shit. It's gonna be bad, but just do it. I'm
Hey,
like,
look,
no,
that's
dude.
the thing about
I'm
these-
good. I'm good.
That's the thing about these hot sauces is like things like Black Mamba or Atomic Bomb. Number one, it tastes horrible. You would never put it on any food, and it's not a pleasure experience whatsoever.
Oh, this is not pleasure, but the flavor is not bad. It's a
I
Louisiana
have
hot
to say otherwise.
Again, here's the pitch. It's not bad. It's gonna be miserable, and it's gonna burn your ass. I'm good. Pass.
Chat, chat. Let the record show that in the face of spiciness, the only one who did not back down.
This is what I knew was gonna
was
happen.
Kirby.
He was
That's
gonna,
not
he was
true.
gonna-
I tried it before.
No,
the
you're
show.
right. Jay will tried it. Jay will tried it. You're the only one who hasn't.
See, this is what it's a classic case of overcompensation. Is what this is. It's
Compensate-
overcompensation.
Overcompensation. This is me proving that I can handle spices, dude.
That's it. The definition of overcompensating.
No, it's not. Overcompensating is like driving a F-250 and lifting it up because you're insecure.
Or making 7 point list of hot sauces the week after.
It's a top
being
5, dude.
Told you don't have.
Look,
taste.
I'm fighting back against the chat. Number one,
See,
Frank's Red Hot.
Overcompensating.
Frank's Red Hot, putting it on everything, dude. You can't
this
argue with
on
that.
everything.
You can
Attaboy.
mix this with everything. Mix a good buffalo sauce. Put it in some ranch. Frank's Red Hot, delicious.
Now, I like Texas Pete as a hot sauce more than Frank's Red Hot, but Frank's Red Hot has the best buffalo sauce.
Agreed. But buffalo sauce, you get into a gray line, and that's not actually
Yeah.
hot sauce.
You know who's
so-
got a tremendous buffalo sauce, like a wing sauce? Louisiana. I got it
Ah.
upstairs. It's delightful.
I haven't tried that. I'll have
Oh, it's
to. I've
hotter.
only had the
It's
hot
hotter
sauce.
than-
So yeah, that's the top 5 this week. I'm sure chat loved them. I'm sure chat's found some way to turn it against me. And
You
make
are
me the
not
enemy
being
once again.
flamed as much as you
Pun
have in
intended.
prior weeks. Yeah, pun
I did it.
intended.
I did. I made
now,
him like
of
me.
course, when we started out, there were jokes being made of ranch dressing is going to be number 1.
I did. I'm not even gonna lie. I did think about putting mustard at number 5,
And someone also made a joke about mustard.
just to be like, oh wait a minute. But no, I figured make a good list here. This is my only chance to ingratiate myself with the audience. So those are the hot sauce.
A lot
not the 2 hours sit by the desk and the microphone right
Well,
here.
that's a lost
in front
cause.
of the board.
I've been
Right
doing
here.
that for 2.5 years, and they're still giving me shit.
A lot of mentioning of sriracha, but I don't put that in
That's-
like a
that
hot
isn't- yeah, it's
sauce
not a hot
Sriracha's its own
sauce.
thing. Sriracha's
Yeah,
a different
it's
thing.
its own category.
Yeah, it's like a hot.
And
that's
whatever
like,
it is, it's great. It's one of the best at whatever it is.
it is good, but it's also like
It's also something that you can't put on foods that you would put on hot sauce. Like I wouldn't put sriracha on chicken.
no.
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
do like sriracha lime, sriracha mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Agree with that.
Attaboy.
I don't know if you need the lav any, so I'll give it back to you.
lifeless tonight.
Cool.
And lifeless to an extent.
Oh, wow, that got very dark.
I just got no juice, man. Just got no juice. And I'm a man of juice. That's what I
You
pride
sure?
myself
You
on.
sure you don't
Just
want to try it, man?
juice.
I brought a bottle.
I don't even want to look at it. You
wanna smell it?
I want to hit some super chubs right quick. Marcy Rian says Brooks' flight money. We appreciate that right there.
Put him on
Dolphin 5613 says, I'm flying Frontier to LA. To prove Kirby can handle spice, he has to do a hot ones challenge.
I would actually love to do the hot ones.
I bet you would. Look at us. Who would have thunk it? Keep up the good work, fellas. Leave the food takes for the big boys, daddy. This is a great point by T Swizzle. If you're ever in an open food bar setting,
No, keep going.
This
do
is
your thing.
overcompensating.
Do your thing, man.
if you're ever in an open food bar setting, you're gonna do this with an ADD boss. You're gonna sit over there and crinkle. What is that?
He brought a bag of
chip bag. What is
Takis.
that made of though? That stock like
It's plastic.
that's not
guess.
plastic. It's like monofilament.
If you're ever, if you're
anyways.
ever in a food setting, you got it.
What were we even talking about?
I don't know, man. You
Thanks a lot.
don't blame me. You gotta be able to lock. in.
Oh, if you're ever in an open food bar setting, just find the biggest guy in the room, follow him through the line. He'll put you on game. I'm talking about on game. You would have no idea. Oh my God, he waited till the end to put cheese sauce on every. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Just follow the big guy. He knows how to do it. Wait a minute. He slid a second plate under his pinky finger under the base plate so he could have room for desserts. It didn't have. Yes, follow the big guy. He knows what he's doing.
Is that just so you don't have to get back up to get dessert?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they don't like walking.
Yeah.
But see, at places like that,
No, it's really Jonathan, so you don't have to save space on your primary plate for the dessert. We can maximize efficiency on the primary plate.
okay. I guess
See,
Again, only a man who grew up his entire life this fat knows these things. and speaks of food with this eloquence.
I guess in settings like that, though, I just know that I'm going to be getting up again to get more food. So I'm not worried about the efficiency of the plate. I just know I'm going to be refilling every single time.
Yeah. See, I don't mind that. I also like there's no building like I'm getting up again, and like you're looking at the workers like the 5th time you've gone around, like, yeah, I'm still here.
Yes, more fried rice again, please.
Please more. That green card's still open on Fogo de Chao.
Oof.
I haven't been there in a while.
Oof.
I went to a wedding last weekend that did that for the dinner.
Tough case of me sweats right there, bro.
Oh, it was, but golly, it was fantastic.
You was putting it down, huh?
Oh, every time.
You was getting your meat on?
I would phrase it differently, I would say, but yes, I did enjoy various, steak, chicken. There was some sausage, and they just came around. Would you like some more? Absolutely, I do.
This is just preposterous.
Yeah, now we're in the overcompensating territory.
I had to do this too. Well, I couldn't bring it out. I couldn't bring the hot sauce and then not do it because then be like, oh, we didn't even take any. So now I have to.
It's just Heinz 57, guys. It's not actually hot sauce.
And we're off. All right, let's go to local hour.
Let's do it. Welcome into Talk the Dog, the show where we find a bone to pick and a take to give. These are not hot takes. These is dog takes. Can I talk that dog? What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Thursday evening. Oh, I know what I was going to ask. Did y'all tell them it was last show, best show?
No, I don't know that we did that.
I don't do that.
Last show, best show. Last hour, best hour. Hey, what was our most recent school or final stop that I updated on our recruiting tour?
I remember you talking about Gainesville.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you talking about...
Did I talk about the sumo wrestler from North Cobb?
You did not.
Okay, let's talk about him. Where's my phone? There's an offensive lineman whose dad, I think, played at Georgia. It's an offensive lineman over at North Cobb High School that I have videos of him like sumo wrestling over in Japan.
That's sick.
I think Dad has military background, and they may have been stationed over in Japan or something. He's over in Japan at like 16, 17 years old, and he's, beating the shit out of a professional sumo wrestler. Just grabbing this big 450-pound sumo guy and just walking him right up out of the ring.
Yeah, there's a sumo wrestling, from what I understand, like, and it's a very brief knowledge of it, but like they do not have much experience with like normal outside wrestling. Like, sumo wrestling is very much its own entity, so they don't, fully grasp the modern. I don't know.
I say we ought to make him solo right now.
I could do it. It's just gonna be
painful for the audience.
Painful for the audience. What do you mean
painful for the audience? I gotta find these text messages.
Damn, dude, I didn't realize. Painful for the audience. I'm sorry, audience.
But yeah, I'm
Forgive
very
me.
intrigued to see what happens with this 2020. I think he's 2027 offensive lineman over there from North Cobb. Might have just blown up his spot. Here, I'll go on a rant here. Here's what I hate. I hate when you big school coaches tell kids, we would offer you right now, but we don't want everyone to offer you. I hate that. If you think the kid's good enough to play for you, if you think he's good enough, just offer the kid. And if everyone else offers him, guess what? Go compete against those other schools for that kid that you like. Don't wait until November and then decide, okay, now I'll offer him and decide if we're going to take him. You just ruin the kid's entire recruiting process, basically, for your gain and not the kids. And this happens everywhere. I sit on these recruiting meetings where it bothers me because y'all don't want the kids' recruitment to take off.
Yeah.
Well,
and I understand for selfish reasons you want to land the kid. But
blow up
as
the spot.
someone who does what I do during the spring, where everything that I do is to make sure that kid has every offer he could possibly have, to hear that vocalized, and they don't even talk about it in closed behind doors. They tell these kids this. I'm waiting to offer you because if I offer you, everyone's going to offer you. Coach, I need everybody to offer me. I'm trying to go to college.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, It certainly is frustrating for a kid like that, but at the same point, like, you get why the schools do it, and you can't help but support it. Like,
Plus, isn't there still something to be said about being the first? Like being one of the first big
Not anymore.
schools?
Nah.
Not anymore, really?
Now it's being the most.
that the loyalty, I don't
being
think
the
is
most.
there as much anymore.
Yeah,
but like,
it's not.
I feel like at the same point, like, you have to protect your recruitment for these kids. Like, if you're recruiting like, we've seen this 1,000 times. Say the University of Georgia offers someone. That kid immediately jumps up recruiting boards. That kid immediately gets 5 other offers. That kid immediately put on everyone's board. Like, when you're these brands, you have to kind of sit back idly and wait.
Madden Fredenberg at North Cobb. State runner-up in the heavyweight, too. Interior offensive lineman in college. Plays tackle right now, but he's going to play interior offensive line. Stopped by Roswell after that. I didn't get to see them practice, but obviously they gave me a bunch of tremendous stuff.
Yeah, you were dripped out.
Yeah, we were. They have a quarterback I'm intrigued by. 6'3", can absolutely spin it. We'll see what happens with him. I guarantee by the end of the year that's going to be like a Middle Tennessee State because they still make 6'3" great athletes that can absolutely rip it. Offensive tackle over there is a big-time prospect. Got to lay eyes on him. I wish I could see them practice, but when I go to Cobb County, unfortunately, for Roswell folks listening to this, I have to go by Milton because college coaches want me to go by Milton. As you could tell by Baker getting – not DeAndre Baker. What's Baker's first name? Starts with a D. Derek. Sorry, Derek. Derek Baker getting an offer from Georgia this morning. That's everybody's going to get in that mix. I mean, I was standing next to Ohio State yesterday. I mean, Georgia was there, but so was Ohio State. So was I know Tennessee. Obviously, Tennessee's committed to Tennessee.
Right.
Oklahoma was there yesterday. I mean, everyone's going to get in on that. And here's what I would imagine everyone's terrified of. He hasn't played. Y'all know this, right? He's played 3 quarters against Buford, breaks his damn wrist, throws the ball left-handed in that game. He's clearly a tough dude.
Yeah.
But he has played no football. Like, he didn't play at American Heritage. He has no tape, and he has 1 game of tape. And you see all the workout stuff, and you see the frame. And if you go see this kid in person, if you see him move, you see the testing, like, oh, my God, this is going to be – I think what everybody is worried about or looking at – not worried about. I think what everybody is evaluating right now and paying attention to this is he is about to absolutely tear shit up this year is what they're thinking. So you better show love right now. Because by the end of the year, it's going to be a totally different recruitment process.
It's an interesting one, too, because he is committed to Tennessee. And usually when Tennessee gets their quarterback, you don't hear anything about the recruitment, really. Like, with Faison Brandon, it wasn't –
It's normally locked up.
Yeah, it wasn't in the months of November or anything like, hey, we got a school surging for Faison Brandon. Tennessee's got to try and hold on. No, it's these kids commit to Tennessee, and Tennessee holds on to them, and that's that. But this one sounds like it might head into a different direction to where it's going to really start heating up.
By the way, yesterday, you guys asked me about Peter Bork. And my dumb football brain thought about Keegan Croucher. And I sent you guys the photos today, and you now know why.
Yeah,
they look like twins. They're both 6'5", or 6'4 plus, both 200, like thinner kids, but big, long, linear guys that can really spin it, do most of their work from the pocket, 4'7", 5-ish athletes, and they look identical. And when I was asked about Peter Bork last night, I said he was terrible at the Elite 11. What my brain was doing was thinking of the Keegan Croucher performance. Peter Bork wasn't even at the Atlanta Regionals. So please, 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 I had to get that out because I absolutely misspoke last night. Peter Bork's going to commit in a week from today. And I have not seen that kid throw. So I'm not even going to give you a real evaluation on him. Other than what I've seen on tape. And I think we've watched his tape. He's the kid that played – he's in a different school now, but he played at the same school Ryan Puglisi came from out of Massachusetts.
Yes, we have watched him.
We've watched the tape. We like the tape. We thought he was not as athletic as Ryan, but a more polished passer in high school. So, yeah, I had to refresh that because, good Lord, that was bad. You can't mix 2 guys up and then have that harsh of a take on the wrong kid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, stuff like that happens every now and then. We all make mistakes, man.
We
Don't
do.
worry about it.
We do. I did it again today when a coach asked me about him. It's like, I saw him at the Elite 11. He's terrible. He's like,
no.
Coach, that was Keegan. I'm like, oh,
no.
I not only am I dumb in this text message chain, I'm worse. I'm dumber in front of thousands on YouTube last night. My bad.
Well, good. I'm glad you could clear that up for everybody. Any more players that you want to talk about from that you've seen recently?
Yeah. My bad. Let's go back over to this. Where's my profile? I thought I had it pulled up. After Roswell, I went to Milton, saw Baker. Ryan Gee, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to give that take that I was about to give. Indiana is offering so many kids down here. They're changing everything. They're you can't, if you're still doing they're the oldest team in college football takes, I don't think that's true anymore. I don't know what their roster age looks like right now. In fact, I didn't even trust really the metrics that were being given out about that roster last year, but they're changing how they're building their roster if you're not paying attention. I went by Peachtree Ridge yesterday morning and saw Javon Golden. This is an interesting story. This kid's dad played at Virginia Military Institute, and for I don't know why, but they were living in Washington State, like the other side of the country. His cousin plays, I think, slot receiver at Peachtree Ridge. Javon is 6'5.5", 330 pounds with 35.5-inch arms. Like he is. Dang. When you look like this in the state of Georgia, you're off rip D1. Mm-hmm. Like they're just like App State, Austin P, Wake Forest. Like they're all going to offer you just looking at that photo that I put out on him. But he comes from Washington and had no real like weight training background out there. He's like 365 pounds, I think Coach said when he first got there. He's 330 now. He fitting to blow. I mean, he fitting to blow up. Let me look at his profile right now. I think it's just schools like Georgia State, Western Kentucky, Bethune-Cookman. But I got who the is that text messages from the big boys as soon as I put it out. Then went to Langston Hughes and saw Kelsey Adams. This is a Georgia podcast, so I can say this. I'm worried about that one. I'm worried about that one because he is such a high foot. It's a very similar conversation we had about Jordan Agbanoma over there at Grayson, right? The interior offensive lineman. Kelsey plays tackle in high school. Probably could play right tackle in college. Might have to kick inside if we're talking about left tackle on Sundays when he gets there. But such a high floor on that football player that I think everybody's going to try to flip him. Mm-hmm. Like I read Jeff Santel's article today. I think he said Mississippi State and LSU are trying really hard. Auburn sat there and talked to him for 30 minutes yesterday. So, like, it's everybody.
You excited?
No.
I'm just telling you, it's everybody. Everybody is going after that kid. Went by Creekside after that. Creekside's got a football player that this is verbatim from his coach. If that kid would stop throwing spitballs at the teacher, he might be the greatest we've ever had here.
Sounds like a simple solution.
Sounds like he's funny.
It sounds like he needs to get right. But I was watching him practice yesterday. I'm like, my God. Gonna be great. We just got to get him, got to tame him. Mm-hmm. Just a tad
How old
bit.
is he?
He's young.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much information.
Yeah.
It's just like
is he like in the start of his high school career or in the
we have corrective action time.
Yeah,
yes.
okay,
we have time. We have time to correct the actions. Yes.
Yeah, I remember when I was 15, dude.
But it also could be one of those things where, like, I explained it to. I did that speaking engagement the other day at Campbell High School, and I explained it this way. And I wish someone would have told me this when I was young. You have 4 semesters, or you have 4 years. Those are 8 semesters. So that if you mess up one 4-month period of your high school life, that is 12.5% of your overall weighted score. Yep. And it's not like your freshman class counts any different than your last class you take. They're the same points. So, yeah, we can retake them, but we don't want to. So I wish somebody would have had that conversation with me. Is it's like, hey, this 4-month period of your life right now that you're acting a fool because you think you have 7 more semesters to go. No, sir. This stuff can wreck your world right now if you're not careful. But anyways, they're going to be great again. They're going to be absolutely great again. And then this morning I got my butt up at 3:15 and drove out to Carrollton. I've been telling coaches, they asked me, hey, stop 27 for you or however many it is. Who you love? I love Quelly Felder, the offensive tackle from Carrollton. He is just so clean and so polished and so big and so young. Like, we're not even close to what we're going to be, and we're already ready to be it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that kid is. And then CJ Cypher, Christian Cypher, the quarterback over there. I told him this morning, every time I see him, he grows in half an inch and he gains 10 pounds of good weight. Not one of these kids that we were ranting about the other day. And CJ did. Cypher had, I think he had a Georgia offer before he even played a high school football game.
I think I remember that.
And he looks incredible right about now. Saw Zakai Heldon this morning.
It's a my guy.
Yeah, he said it.
In case anyone forgot.
He
My
said,
one and only my guy.
He
ever.
said Dad told him to get his butt up out of bed, go watch his high school team. He said, yes, sir. He got up at 5:15.
Respects his father.
Go ahead and build some good habits.
Respects his father. That's a my guy.
The habits are built, by the way. You just got to maintain them.
I know.
Then I went over to Central Carrollton after that and watched them lift. They have an offensive tackle that I love. I've seen this kid for 4 years in a row now. I sent him to Georgia as an 8th grader, a rising 9th grader, and he was just a big old puppy with big old paws. Had no idea what he was doing, and now he's an absolute dude. Let me grab this guy's name. He's going to be a top 100 player in 2028. I legitimately – I sent this to Georgia today. I legitimately think they could stay in the city of Carrollton and sign their 2028 inside offensive line. Like, just take Felder and take this kid that I'm about to get you from Central Carrollton, and they'll be fine. Let me go to this text message chain. There's a lot of them today. Sam Walker. Love him. Saw him last year, and he was squatting with knee braces on.
Jeez.
Like the metal one?
Yeah, like his football knee braces. I'm like, what's going on there? This year, no knee braces. But we were slinging weight. I'm talking about we had 275 on the bar with resistance bands for a 6 count.
Damn.
Yeah. Slow 3 explode off the chest. We're getting after it.
Oh, yeah.
Big, long arms. Last year, Tennessee was the only offer. I think we got everybody now.
Makes sense.
So, like, when some schools you get to watch practice, some schools you get to watch lifting weights. What is the difference in what you're looking at as opposed to, like, practice? We know the deal, like, what you're kind of eyeballing. But when you walk into a weight room,
great question.
What is it that you're looking for to decipher?
Question.
Like, who are the good players? Who are maybe not?
What are we doing today? Are we benching? We squatting? We power cleaning? Like, this is all that matters. So, first and foremost, you just got to get eyes on them. Like, when I get these lists from these college coaches, I set these schedules based off getting eyes on as many football players as I possibly can. Do I want to watch them practice? Yes. I schedule the practices for the schools that have the most players so I can get the most opportunity to watch them actually play football. When I go to a weight room, I'm first and foremost looking at how they move after I look at what they look like. Is the body put together right? It's going to all sound weird. But if they're squatting, it's weird things like, do their knees go inward at the bottom of the, like, coming out of the bottom of the squat? Are they bow-legged? Are they knee-knocked? Do they actually reach proper depth? Are their hips too tight? Things like that. Also, what I'm watching is, like, general quality of the strength and conditioning program that I'm watching, right? Because he may or may not be the biggest kid in the room and may or may not be lifting correctly or incorrectly, but it's probably a matter of his environment or what he has been taught. You know what I mean?
Right.
That also helps me twofold. If I look at a player that is at a school that I know when he gets to college, he's going to have a tremendous amount of adjustment period, it's a negative and a positive. It's a negative because, well, I'm going to have to teach him for 18 months how we actually do things and how we do things in college and what this actually looks like. That's a negative. Positively speaking, that's 18 months of development that the kid from a program that's been doing it the right way the whole time isn't going to get. You see what I'm saying?
No,
So those I have been in rooms where they're debating over two players. Player A, let's say he's a corner. Player A is 6'1", 180 pounds, runs a 10.9. And comes from a school that is a 7-time state champion. They do it the right way. The kid's going to come in. He's going to be great. And then player B has the same exact physical profile. The tape is identical, but he comes from a program that they don't do shit. They're going to take player B. If player B is a good person, they're going to take player B because player B has no idea where the actual ceiling of his profile is.
Yeah.
So those things do kind of work hand in hand. They kind of go against you and with you when colleges are actually looking at you. What?
No.
Chat doing something funny?
No.
Okay. Then after that, this kid. You talking about a big mother chucker? Bodie Spence.
Sounds like one.
Bodie Spence from East Paulding. Let me sell you on Bodie Spence. You ready? Mm-hmm. 6'3.5", 200 pounds, elite rec league, like travel ball, baseball player. Had to give it up because we're going to chase football. Mm-hmm. Son of a coach, 4.0 GPA, AP honor roll student, can make every throw on the field.
That checks every box essentially.
Did I mention coach's son?
No, I don't.
That's
Coach's son.
Yeah,
That's
we just added
probably the
another
number
box.
one selling
Coach's
point.
son. You're going to buy that one, right?
Oh, every time.
Yeah, Indiana offered today.
I'm sure they did.
Also checks
Honestly,
out.
and I'm not saying that, kind of has a Mendoza temperament. Dad, who's also a coach, Dad was telling me today that he went into his room the other day and found notebooks, and he pulls the notebooks up, and they're all charts, and like he's been charting conversations with coaches. He's been sitting down. He said he takes notes on everything, absolutely everything. He told me, he said, I won't mention the school, but he said one school shows a lot of attention, but doesn't show a lot of intent. It's a 17-year-old talking like that.
Yeah, dude. It sounds like my quarterback, Fernando Mendoza.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a little bit of that from him. A little bit of like, you might care too much. And I like that. Mm-hmm. It's good. Mm-hmm. It's good that you do. You are very – he going to be all right.
Very much reminds me of my Las Vegas Raiders quarterback, Fernando Mendoza.
That's right.
So, yeah.
And then I saw McEachern. Too many dudes to even sit here and run that down. Saw my man Gouda, friend of the show, Joakim Gouda.
Ah.
That dude is huge. He ran through somebody's face today. Yeah.
Poor kid.
They ain't no poor kids out there. They're ready to go. Ain't no feeling sorry for McEachern football players. They ready for contact.
That's good.
I would say 95% of the schools that I have been to, I have no qualms about what's going on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Didn't feel as if like, hey, this ought to be crazy. I did get a stern look from a football coach this morning. He's like, "What? Who the fuck are you? And why are you talking to my offensive lineman?" And then we had to exchange pleasantries, and he explained to me why.
I ain't one of the ops, fam.
Yeah. And I was just like, I'm sorry, coach. I can't help myself. I'll shut the fuck up, though. I probably should come say something to you. And the next stop I did. I looked at – coach could tell I was staring at something. And I walked over. I was like, do you mind? He was like, no, man, go right ahead. And then I went and did my guru.
Very nice.
It's nice that you still get to get that coaching itch a little bit every now and then.
Yeah. Most of those coaches are like – college coaches are like, what are you –
Who's this guy?
Why are you doing this? Like, well, first of all, coach, I can't sit still. I have to get around football. If I don't do this in April, I don't know what I would do. April and May, I'd lose my mind. If I had to sit in my sports bar in here and watch any more All 22 film for the next month and a half, I'd lose my mind. And I love watching ball, but I gotta go watch real ball.
Different feeling when you're actually around.
I gotta go hear them clang. I gotta hear that thud, that clack.
For sure.
Anyways, where are we at?
Oh, that's the list for
Yeah,
now?
that's where I'm at. Tomorrow morning, East Coweta. Man, it's so far. It's so far. Let me look. I think East Coweta. Any guesses? I'm gonna say an hour and 45 minutes from where we're sitting right now.
I don't
I'll
know
agree
where
with
it is
you
on the map.
Yeah,
I don't.
Geography around here.
Hour 37.
All right.
Which in the morning, hour 45. So that puts
That
me
early?
If you leave at 4,
I feel like the earlier you leave, the what?
These guys don't know nothing about 285 traffic. Yeah.
Oh, they shut it down, didn't they?
They're about to.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't matter what time. It's one idiot, 45 minutes, done.
I hate 285 with a passion. I hate it. It sucks every time.
Yeah, no. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right. Well, since we just got done talking about recruiting and teams on the trail, it feels very necessary to go ahead and address this one. That Aiden Sterling announced his decommitment from the University of Georgia today. He committed, it was fairly recent, I feel like.
Yeah, he was not one of the older commits, I believe. I think it was December, I want to say.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The only thing I remember about his commitment is when he did, he instantly started talking about next lad McConkey. I'm a 3-star. I'm going to Georgia.
Yep.
I'm going to get the developmental track. And now looks like he's going to be going elsewhere. Do we want to talk about?
I was about to ask. I think this has just as much to do with that kid and his representation not wanting to go to Georgia as Georgia not wanting someone to come to Georgia with that kind of stuff on social media.
And it wasn't him specifically. It was not Aiden Sterling himself.
No, just the person who talks like they have major, say over where the kid's going to college.
So if you
happen
missed
to be
it,
his father.
If you missed it earlier in the week, Aiden Sterling's father, I believe it was, decided to
This was earlier this week?
Yes. Decided to hop on social media and basically trash the Georgia offense and say that they don't utilize wide receivers right. They don't get the ball to their weapons. Yet, while his son is currently committed to go to the University of Georgia, and basically got in a public Twitter beef with Georgia fans talking about the offense that his son is about to go play in the next year and how it's not very good and they don't do the right things and wide receivers are not utilized the right way. Very interesting that, maybe these two things kind of line up within the same week, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, it's certainly convenient timing, and I don't want to speculate anything that he was told to go or anything else that was influenced by it. But, it is an unfortunate loss for Georgia because you don't have any wide receivers currently committed in your class now. So they have to kind of adjust, and I know that they build momentum throughout the summer months and that they've got a plan. I don't think that they're on fire in the Buttsmeer office going, what are we going to do at wide receiver? So it's an unfortunate thing for Jordan. Anytime you lose a commitment, it sucks. But I think this is also something that might have not been a shock to the staff. Is that fair to say?
Maybe not. I don't know. It just was very, very interesting to me.
It sure makes Torian Rollins' recruitment pretty important, though.
Yeah, it definitely does. You're the margin.
Terrence. Can't let that guy go to Ohio State now, can you? Come on, man. Come on, Terrence. You got to hand that one to the dogs, don't you?
Yeah, the margin for error is certainly a lot thinner now at that position, but it's never been an area where they've been afforded misses.
I'm going to get some hell for not going by there.
Still got time?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, never mind.
There is no leeway. Zero. I'm going to get hell tomorrow because I made a switch. Because someone was giving me hell for not going. So now we got to.
There's a lot of high schools in the state of Georgia.
There is. And there's one me. And I try to explain that every year. But, everyone's respectful. And I do appreciate that it actually, used to, no one cared. Mm-hmm. So now people, want me to show up. And that's good. But it's just, yeah. No one's aggressive. Even though last year there was one coach who was aggressive, and we did not go.
Continuing with the breaking news taking place on the Georgia side of things, the Georgia Bulldogs and Florida State Seminoles announced that they would mutually be agreeing to not have their home-and-home games. Florida State Seminoles.
It was Florida State?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I sent y'all that while I was driving today.
You thought Georgia and Florida canceled?
No, I thought I misread the whole thing. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Florida State.
They're going neutrals?
They're trying
They're
to.
going to try to. That's the step forward. They had a home-and-home scheduled for 27 and 28. Both teams have announced that they will be not playing in those games, but they are working towards a neutral site game at some point in the season. So you could still play Florida State in the regular season, but it won't be at home.
Here's the kicker, though. After this happened, there was a whole lot of chatter about this happening in lieu of the Duke basketball news, where they're going to have their games broadcasted on a specific network.
Wasn't no chatter. It was a direct insinuation from Ross Dellinger.
That it's going to happen.
Which I would imagine came directly from the athletic administrations from both of these schools.
So my question is, though, why does it have to be a neutral site in order for that to happen? Why can't it be the home and home?
Buddy, there might be some television rights directly tied to the like Sanford Stadium. Basically, if you televise a game here, it has to be on ESPN. I have no idea.
Okay. That was weird to me, like how those two things coincided with one another, that because they're going to a neutral site potentially, that means this could happen now. I don't know.
Well, I know Georgia is extremely passionate about, not passionate, but they have strong opinions about the fact that neutral sites are really, really beneficial for them financially.
Oh, 100%.
There is no doubt. If you talk to anybody in the decision-making process of that building, in the administration side, they will allude to that. They will be very forthcoming with you about that. And I know for a fact, Florida State, broke. Broke. So
Going to be even more broke.
or at least they talking like they some broke folk. So
You know, it would make sense, though, now that I think about it, because I would imagine if Georgia and Florida State are playing in Athens, ESPN gets the rights to that because it's Georgia.
I think. I don't know.
I
There
feel like that's how it
there has to be some caveat here.
I would imagine.
There has to be some thing, the reason that they're going to a neutral, and then that so happens to open up the ability to do this.
Yeah. Interested to see how that plays out. It's the lame take. It's the layup. I shouldn't say lame take. It's the layup take, though, that these are better when they're at the venues. These are better when it's at Sanford Stadium or it's at Doak Campbell. That's how it should have been. It would have been cool to go down to Tallahassee, watch that game played. It's a shame that opportunity will no longer present itself.
When did neutral site games become uncool? Because I remember as a kid being like, oh, they're playing in the Georgia Dome this time? Oh, this game's here? Like, this is cool. Was it the oversaturation of it? Was it the overabundance?
I think they're just becoming way too more common.
Like, I remember the Chick-fil-A kickoff game used to be really cool. Like, when an ACC team and an SEC team would play in the Georgia Dome, like, that was exciting. That was fun. I remember Alabama played Duke one year, and that was, like, a big deal. That was a cool matchup. It feels like now, like, I don't know when that point happened, because I agree, like, everyone would prefer a home and home. I
think it's more so in the context of it could have been a home and home, but we chose to do it at a neutral site. Like when you go to do the kickoff matchup in week 1 at Mercedes-Benz, you just know that you're agreeing for that to be a neutral site. But when you say, hey, fans, we're doing a home and home series with Florida State, we're doing a home and home series with NC State and Louisville, and then you go ahead and just either, one, diminish it entirely, or number 2, you do what you're trying to do with Florida State and say, actually, we're going to do neutral site, it just kind of loses some of the flair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What happens to – now, they did this well in advance, and I'm just not educated in this enough, but what happens to a season ticket holder who had 7 home games that now has 6?
That's a great question.
Now, I did see –
do they get a ticket to the neutral, but I have to travel? So
Florida State's athletic director put out a quote, and it said that season ticket holders, please know that you are not losing a home game now. You are still going to be given the full amount of home games that you were promised in 2027 or whenever it is.
How is that possible?
Well,
if you're taking one of our home games and removing it.
Well, they're not removing it.
You're making it a neutral?
No. They're the plan is to make it a neutral at some point. They're working towards a neutral. The 27 and 28 games are not happening between Georgia. It'd be like when Oklahoma and Georgia couldn't play. Georgia ended up playing like Ball State or something.
But that was because Oklahoma came into the conference.
Right, but I'm saying like they had a home and home game scheduled and it was taken away. It's not like you're losing a home game.
But I took this as they're going to make this neutral site for 2027 and 2028.
That's what I read it as.
I thought that was they were working towards a neutral site game in the future.
No.
I just assumed that it was going to be for next year.
I thought it read the 27 and 28 games will be played now on a neutral site when they were previously contracted to be home and homes.
I didn't read it as that.
But then again, I thought it said Florida. Hey, it was a long day. I slept in a parking lot.
I'm
Give me a
shocked you
break.
didn't have a more pressing opinion on that.
Georgia and Florida State have mutually agreed it is in the best interest of both schools to cancel our home and home series scheduled for 27 and 28 with focus of shifting to a future neutral site contest between the two programs.
Yeah, so it's one game in the future that they
Correct.
play.
See,
they're not replacing the games with the neutral sites.
I thought it was going to be what they did with Georgia and Clemson, where it was one year they're playing in Charlotte, the next year they're going to go play in the state of Georgia.
No,
No, they just canceled the future games and they promised to maybe play a neutral
so
later.
Instead, season ticket holders, instead of getting
Georgia.
Florida State versus Georgia,
you
you're now
Georgia
going to get Florida State versus Akron.
Shout out Akron. It's LeBron's hometown.
Yeah, Tire City, tire capital of the world.
It is. The turnover
turnover tire, by the way,
tire.
is the greatest prop in college football. I know this is the local hour. We're supposed to talk about Georgia. The turnover tire for the Akron Zips is elite. So, yeah, that was all the pressing news that we had.
Just to let you know, Never mind. I read that wrong again. I thought they replaced it with Tennessee State. Nope, they open up 26 with
Tennessee State is the season opener for Georgia this year.
Yep. I can't get over how similar these two guys look. Can you zoom in right quick for the chat just so they don't think I'm an idiot?
That's as far as I can go.
So this is player A, and that is player B.
The facial structure certainly is.
The hair color is the only thing that throws
Hair
it
color's
off.
it. That's it. But they even have the same, like they're physically built the same way. I mean, both long neck as can be. My bad.
Yeah,
My bad.
It happens.
We did have some questions from our Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Before we do that, though, I do want to run this thing by you because
you constructed a segment that's worth talking about.
Kirby Smart has obviously raised a lot of alarms over the last 2 to 3 seasons about depth. We don't have depth. We're starting more young guys than ever. We're having to rely on freshmen more and more. He points to Juan Gaston and Dontrell Glover as examples of this, how we had 2 offensive linemen starting for us as freshmen last year. Like, that's never happened before. And my thought on that initially when hearing it is, yeah, he's right. Like, you don't ever really see freshmen unless they're absolutely incredibly elite talented. But doing some digging on the starting rosters from years past, Kirby Smart has always relied on freshmen, even at times when it wasn't like this freshman is so undeniable. Like, and I'm not going to use the 2016 season as an example of this because we know it's a transitional year. You're going to rely on some freshmen. 2017, you had a freshman quarterback starting. I know that's because of an injury. DeAndre Swift was also a massive contributor. 2018 is a really good season to point to, though.
Didn't Andrew Thomas start in 2017?
I believe so. I don't know if he was a freshman, though. But here's one. Cade Mays started 5 games for them as a true freshman that year. Trey Hill was a starter. I know this is a soft name to talk about, but Brenton Cox was a starter on that defense in 2018 as a true freshman. It happened in 2019. George Pickens was your leading receiver. Dominic Blaylock was also a guy that contributed for them. It's not like they've never had this. Like, dude, 2020, Jermaine Burton, Marcus Rosemi, Jack Saint. 2020, Kendall Milton as a true freshman. Dude. So I
thought he was the best back in that Alabama game.
I thought he was the best back on the roster that year.
That's a little bit much.
Well, I mean, that's how on the Kendall Milton train it was. Like, Brock Bowers is a specific case because it's Brock freaking Bowers. But A.D. Mitchell was a freshman that year. He had big games. Malachi Starks, Michael Williams, and guys like Marvin Jones even started making major contributions towards the year as true freshmen. So, yes, Kirby Smart's probably absolutely right on the fact that they don't have as much depth. They're having to rely on freshmen more and more. But I don't think having freshmen on the field is a massive, oh, God, it's a massive problem for them. They've always had freshmen on the field, and the freshmen that they put on the field seem to play well.
I guess the only counterpoint to that would be what Kirby Smart said recently in the sense of we've got kids that are now playing at Georgia that probably wouldn't have played for us previously.
I thought you were going somewhere else. They're going to start a redshirt or a true freshman at guard at some point this year, Zakai Heldon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because Zakai's really, really good.
Right.
But that's also because Michael Unai and Daniel Calhoun are not as good as the freshmen. So is that because college football has changed and now we have to play young football players, or is that because Daniel Calhoun and Michael Unai got beat out?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like it's more
like, is Nnamdi Agboko and Justin Green and not Justin Green, Nnamdi Agboko and Nasir Johnson they've gotten beat out by Elijah Griffin. Like, when Jordan Hall gets his snaps taken this year by Elijah Griffin, is that because college football has changed and we have to play all these freshmen, or is it because the freshmen beat out the older guys?
That's what I'm saying.
So I think he's probably just looking at data, making those observations.
Definitely.
Right.
And look,
It's like we're playing more freshmen. Well, it's not because college football has changed. It might be because maybe we missed.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
And
even when we don't miss, like they haven't missed on a tight end in ages. But Ethan Barbour had to play last year because he's just that damn good.
Yeah.
Elias Williams had to play. He's that damn good.
Mm-hmm. And to his credit, too, like, I've watched a lot of old games. Like, 20 years ago, you go through the starting roster, and it's senior, junior, sometimes a redshirt sophomore. Every now and then you get a freshman. But it's a lot of seniors and juniors. And you imagine, man, 20 years ago, the freshmen that were starting were behind these seniors and juniors. I get it. I get the sentiment. But freshmen on the field for Kirby Smart has always been a thing.
Well, and then you also have these types of cases where, like, Micah Morris had snaps taken from him last year because of Juan Gasson and because of Donnie Glover. It was not because Micah Morris was a bad player or because they missed on Micah Morris.
Or he left.
It was just because they had to get reps. Those guys had to play because they were so good. Tyreek Green, now I know what Kirby Smart said, like he'll play wherever we're not good enough, but I would imagine that Tyreek Green, even if they were good everywhere, that guy is going to play no matter what. He's going to take snaps from a Zion Branch, or he's going to take snaps from anybody just because he's a good football player. So there's like differences in why a freshman might be playing. Sometimes a freshman is playing because you did miss on some recruits, but sometimes a freshman is playing because that dude is one of our best options and he has to play.
Like, Kamon Spell's going to play next year.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
and that's not going to be, oh, God, we don't have any depth at the running back room. It's going to be this freshman is that damn good.
Yeah.
And it feels like I can't name a freshman off the top of my head where they've
been an absolute turnstile and it's like a donkey out there that has no business playing.
Yeah,
no,
like,
it's never happened.
Like that guy's on the field because he has to be. We don't have another body. Like I watched a 2013 South Carolina game against Georgia, and there is a corner. I'm not going to name him. There's a cornerback that's a true freshman that is very evidently out there because it's like
he's all we got.
We ain't got nothing
here
left.
you go, buddy. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see if you play well. Like it's never felt that way at Georgia. The freshmen that touch the field have always seemed ready. They've always seemed like, okay, this is the right time to put this person on the field. Like even Malachi Starks.
Yeah, I can't. In the years, this will be my 9th season doing this. And I've really been studying tape the last 6. Like every game, every snap has been watched. I don't remember a single solitary freshman where I'm like, that guy is being hunted for 4 quarters. Why is he on the field?
Yeah.
It's never happened.
Now, there's moments when there's, occasional bust and up freshman moment there. That
Yeah,
happens.
freshman moments,
And maybe
but not freshman
that's what
liabilities.
scares Kirby Smart the most because that's where you get explosives. One play can change the course of a game. I get that. But I've never felt like Georgia and Kirby Smart's teams have put freshmen or young guys on the field simply because they just have to.
Like Lee Wiley in the chat says, y'all remember when guys didn't even sniff the field until redshirt sophomore year? Not in my lifetime.
If you're good enough to play,
If you're good enough to play, you played. Now, I should say this. I do remember Johnny Manziel being a redshirt freshman and being the best football player in college football being an anomaly. I remember at the time being like, that's not normal.
Right.
Normally, it's like junior year you win the Heisman. So maybe this is a since the aughts type of thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to bring the take to me that freshmen cost more money nowadays than they ever have before, and some of these rosters have freshmen making more money than the senior in the room, so we have to play the freshman. If you want to tell me that's a reason that we're playing younger guys than ever before, I'm very open to listening to that.
And like there are also instances where I can remember in like past seasons, like going back maybe like 8 years or maybe even 10 years, to where there's a really talented freshman who's not really playing because there's just good people in front of him. Like
Right.
it's already a loaded room. You're really talented. You'll get your time in the limelight. But for now, we also have these guys that deserve to play and they need to play. So I see like Daniel Harris being
Is
thrown, like,
Rudes having a stroke in the chat?
He might be
Szechuan
behind.
chicken always gets me with the numbing pepper. Yeah, he must be behind.
He might be behind.
Okay.
But like a guy like Daniel
does tend
Harris
to
being
show up
mentioned,
late.
Daniel Harris also ended up getting passed up. Like also got passed up on the depth chart. Other people beat him out.
Right.
So maybe he was being played at the time because other guys weren't ready, but eventually it didn't matter.
Yeah, so that was my take on the young guys thing. I'm sure that there's validity to what Kirby Smart says, but
Oh, I mean, the depth, yes. The lack of depth in relative comparison to what it was 5 years ago is drastically different. When I first covered this football team, they had 5 future NFL football players playing on the offensive line. I think it was Andrew Thomas, Solomon McKinley, Trey Hill, it was Lamont Gaillard, excuse me. And then the right guard was Ben Cleveland, and the right tackle was Isaiah Wilson. And the 3 guys that rotated in were Jamari Sawyer, Cade Mays, and Trey Hill. All 8 of those football players played in the league.
yep.
Like that does not happen. And you could do that with first-round draft picks on their defensive line. So that's never going to happen again.
And maybe the point of talking about how young they are and playing more freshmen, I would imagine what it's more talking about is the depth. It's not the freshmen that have to play because they are good enough. It's the, so-and-so just got hurt. And the best option that we have right now is a true freshman who probably isn't ready at the moment, but he has to play now. Like, we got to ramp him up and get him ready.
I do want to address this in the chat. Playing a freshman because he makes more money gets a coach fired. Not playing the freshman who's getting paid a lot of money from a certain booster will have that money from the booster cut off. Mm-hmm. So that could get the coach fired just as well. So yeah, like, and nowadays, like, if one booster is involved, it's not just I'm giving him cash. It's probably the booster has a major business, and that business is doing advertising, or as we called them earlier, activations with majority of the roster. So you're not just pissing off the guy who paid for the quarterback. You're pissing off the guy who paid 35% for the quarterback and then spread 5% love across the rest of the roster. That's troublesome. So, yeah, this stuff does matter. And it matters in the NFL, too. When you're a first-round draft pick, you get extreme leeway. They will consistently give you a chance to maybe be the first-round draft pick that you were projected to be. If you're a sixth-round draft pick, you don't get 3 chances. That's not how that works. So, yeah, all this stuff matters. How much you were paid coming into school matters. How much you are making now matters. How much you are projected to make next year matters. All of this matters because we're in a salary cap sport. Now, you say, well, Brooks, there is no salary cap. There is a threshold of salary able to be delved out at every single university competing in football right now. And that has to be moved. It has to be, attained or managed. So.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get to these Discord questions, or at least some of them that were posted in our lovely Discord, patreon.com/Brooks Austin. If you're not over there and you want to ask us a question for these Thursday shows, hop on over there, join a great community. There's always some great conversation going on over there.
Some damn good dogs in that chat, Jonathan.
Absolutely. So let me go ahead and find these. I was the one that posted the message.
I got them right here.
Okay.
If they did retire numbers, would Stetson deserve to have his number retired?
Absolutely.
Yeah, do dark clouds mean potential rain?
I think the real question out of that is who deserves more, Brock or Stetson?
Stet. I've never heard former offensive coordinators say we won that national title because of Brock Bowers. Todd Monken said that about, buddy, I'm live right now. Why are you calling me?
Um,
Yeah, but Brock Bowers, I think we can all agree, was
There is something to be said about Brock Bowers being arguably the best at his position ever.
like if you ask someone who's the greatest Georgia Bulldog you've watched in your
Stet.
lifetime,
I'm just kidding.
Both deserve it. It depends on what angle you want to look at it. Like, you want to talk about Georgia legacy, probably Stetson.
correct.
If you want to talk about how talented and how great a player was, it's obviously Brock
Yeah,
Bowers.
I mean, Stetson Bennett absolutely deserves to have.
But
his
yes,
number retired.
the answer to the question, yes. He absolutely would deserve to have his number retired.
Yes. Oh, my bad.
I have him right now if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
Which conference do you think 2026-2027 champion will be from? Big Ten, I guess? That's the hot streak right now, right?
Big
the hot
Ten
hand.
or SEC?
The ACC.
You're buying Miami
it's possible.
stock.
The Mid-American.
Now we're getting a little derailed.
The Mountain West.
Nope. That will not
North
happen.
Dakota State did join that.
Conference USA.
I don't know. I would say it's probably not one of those.
Tulane.
They had a shot. Not really, but they had a shot.
They made the tournament.
All right. I should be saying the names. That was from Chaz Chambliss, the retirement number question. Jamil Sire also asked about which champion will the conference be from. Lil Nut, he's him, says Kirby's top 5 favorite spices.
I think we covered that in the hot sauce.
I believe that we've already covered that topic. That got a great chuckle out of you, didn't it? The fact that
I love how I was like, oh, I got to read the names. Lil Nut, he's him.
Jamil Sire also asks, which SEC team has the best wide receiver core and which has the best DB core?
Ooh. Does Alabama have the best wide receiver core?
It's Texas.
Texas
is
yes.
really
good.
Texas is the answer, correct.
Texas,
Although-
close second. Alabama, maybe.
Florida's got a really good core, too.
Oh, yeah. I'd go Texas, Florida, Bama, because Bama lost Noah Rogers.
Yeah.
Then maybe whatever LSU's got going on.
Maybe.
The Jace Brown kid might be
But
something.
LSU hasn't been copy and paste with the wide receiver room as of late. That might change this year, but
No,
hasn't
it
just
was
been-
cut and copy. It was cut from Winnie Watkins, paste over here. It was cut from Kansas State, paste over here.
DB room might be. Alabama's got a good DB room this year. Georgia's obviously got a good
great
DB room.
A&M.
A&M's got a really good DB room as well.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
Texas. I don't feel great about that.
We'll see. Maybe the
see.
Muschamp effect kicks in
Yeah.
and they just get their budget.
Plenty of
here.
talent.
Plenty of talent. Nico or Nico 4490. With the change of outside linebacker coach, will we see more of a dedicated pass rush closer to the way Mizzou allowed their guys to get
Hell no.
No. That will never
Hell
happen
no.
under Kirby Smart
No,
and Glenn Schumann and those guys.
No.
You will never get that much freedom on defense.
You don't get hired at Georgia to change the scheme.
And by the
like
way,
that.
you don't want that as a Georgia fan. You don't want to see that happen either.
The first time Georgia gives up 250 yards rushing, you will vomit.
Yeah.
You will vomit all over yourself, and you will want everyone fired.
But hey, they got 4 sacks today.
Jamil Sire on fire with questions. Jay Will, if your daughter was offered a full ride to every other SEC university except Georgia, where would you encourage her to go?
This actually happened to my brother.
I can tell you where she's definitely not going. Definitely not going to Florida or Tennessee. I can tell you that
or
much.
Alabama.
It depends. Really, what it would really depend on is what are her interests. What does she want to do?
Yeah.
Is she going for a
What
sport?
a parent. You're
Yeah.
ready.
If that school fits her needs, that's where I would tell her to go or encourage her to go. Ultimately, it'd be her choice, but I wouldn't just cut out schools because I don't like them. If that's what best fits her, that's what we'll do. Marcus asks, getting away from the college football scene just a bit, how do you guys, Kirby and Jay, will view your NFL team's offseason and just give a general outlook on the teams in your perspective? I'm as Falcons fans too, so I understand the depression, Jay Will, but let's think happy thoughts, man. Y'all have a great rest of your night. I'm optimistic. It really just boils down to quarterback. That's simply the best way I could put it.
I'm fully expecting this to be my favorite time of the season as a Raiders fan. I'm very excited for what's going on right now. I think we've got some good hires. I'm buying the Fernando stock, dude. I'm in.
Attaboy.
I'm not sure if you want to answer this, Brooks.
Yeah, you're good at this. Go ahead. Ask the question. I'll tell you why I don't want to answer.
Jamil Sire, top 5 high school programs in the state of Georgia, Brooks.
Yeah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah.
Now, top 5 jobs I would take. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is not top 5 programs. It's top 5 jobs I would take. 1, Jackson County, right across the street. Give it to me. Actually, he's a great football coach. He's not going to leave that job anytime soon. He's winning damn games.
Yes, he is.
Grayson, just proximity to talent. Milton, same thing. I think it would be really cool to be the Colquitt County head coach. You talking about historic high school football. The vibes down there, crazy. I don't know if I would want the Lowndes or Valdosta job.
But Wintersville.
Not that Colquitt doesn't come with a tremendous amount of pressure, but those jobs, everybody going to see you in town. They're going, yeah, I'm good on that. I feel like I could be ducked off in Colquitt County. How many's that?
I think it's 4.
Maybe 3. Gainesville has a tremendous amount of resources.
They do. Yes, they do.
And then one of the DeKalb jobs, because I'd win a state title in DeKalb. I'd win a state title in DeKalb in 18 months.
Joseph G asks,
Carrollton, duh.
Oh.
But that's another one of those. You go 9-3, they might fire you at Carrollton, and that's tough.
Yeah.
So,
Joseph G asks, will Georgia play more aggressively this year and dial up some pressures and allow the players to play more freely?
I don't think they.
I don't know if it's going to be more freely.
I mean, how much freer can you get than the Mike linebacker calling the whole defense?
It's a good point. I
That's my definition of freedom. They will not have freedom of I get to do whatever the hell I want, but they will have freedom of I can tweak the scheme during the play because I'm seeing something. Nolan Smith was the greatest at this. Nolan Smith would jump gaps all the time. All he would do is he'd look back at his linebacker, give him a little something, and the next thing you know, bam, they're running new games out there within the scheme. That's earned freedom though, right? I don't know who has that right now. Maybe KJ, but they don't. There is no freedom in the back end. We play what we play. Yep. They line up in this, we're lining up in that. By the way, I had this conversation with a defensive backs coach yesterday. We were talking about grading, PFFs and whatnots. And I said, Coach, I've been in those meetings, those film meetings with other defensive backs coaches. How many times do you, as the defensive backs coach, while watching film with your football players, have to ask verbatim, hey, what are y'all playing right now? And he says, oh, all the time. All the time. I have to ask my guys, hey, what are y'all actually playing? Because I don't know. They checked to something before the snap. They saw something. They're doing whatever, and then I can't figure it out on film. That's the position coach. The position coach is looking at it and having to ask his own players, hey, what did y'all play here? And the corner might have thought it was one thing. The safety thought it was another. Now we got a problem. And that's why that's why the problem was created when you watch it on film, just thinks, oh, hey, the corner didn't get enough depth here in cover 3. No, they were actually thinking they were in 4. You see what I'm saying? And all you guys post PFF grades like you think they're the religious, they're everything. They are not. They are fraud. I think they are. Fraud. Always have been.
Joseph G also asked, this will probably have to be a different time. We need a lot of time for this one. But build a roster from the Richt and Smart eras. Maybe a good offseason topic that we
haven't we done that?
Out. I think
we have.
I thought we Rick versus Kirby, and Kirby wiped him because of all the defensive players.
And that's what someone in Discord said. Like that probably would be a little
Mark Richt
lopsided.
Offensive era.
Pretty
Good stuff.
Good. Defensively,
I mean, you can't find a quarterback that even is on par statistically with Matthew Stafford or Aaron Murray.
Statistically, no.
In the Kirby Smart era.
You can't find an SEC quarterback.
The
on
biggest
par
difference
with
is
SEC.
biggest difference in the rosters would be defensively, but I would say like the secondary, there's major differences, I would say, and then especially on the defensive line at times too. There's some good Mark Richt defensive players, but building an entire team is going to be Kirby Smart defensively. Little Dino Nugget, shout out to that at the start of the show.
Shout out to Dino Nuggets.
Who is the most underrated player on each side of the ball this year?
Who is it? My man Lonan?
Oh, AJ Lonan.
Ain't nobody talking about Anthony Lonan. Ain't nobody but this network talking about what Anthony Lonan did in the spring game. Nobody.
That's a good shout out. It's almost to the point where I feel like Ethan Barber is getting a little underrated at this point.
Yeah, which is weird because he was like the hot.
He used to talk around town last offseason, and now it's like there's so many names.
I'm going to put Lawson Lucky there.
Yeah.
Lawson Lucky has been nothing but a solid, dare I say, great tight end for the 4 years he's been here. Like, you had people in 2024 being like, oh, Oscar Delp doesn't need to see the field. Lawson Lucky needs to be. And now he's like the third guy people talk about in that room.
Chris Brown asks, who is the bread pudding of the SEC?
The bread pudding as in the best, the most juicy, the most succulent.
No. I'll phrase it this way. Bread pudding in the sense of if you get it right, it is the best. It is one of the best in the game. But if you get it wrong, I'll pass up on it. Don't really want to take part in that. John Mateer.
Texas. If Sark gets that right, they're not going to lose a game this year.
I'm going to go Eli Drinkwitz. Because Eli Drinkwitz does some things sometimes where I'm like, I like that guy. And then he does some things sometimes where I'm like
opens up SEC Media Days on fire and then proceeds to say, how about 112 teams in the college football playoff?
I mean, absolutely lambasting everybody. Everybody's eyebrows were singed off from Eli Drinkwitz's first 15 minutes. And then he's like, you know what? 164-team playoff, not a bad idea. Damn, almost had me.
Old Man asks, why have we not heard as much from Gibson and Icky not developing, ?
I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know. Well, first and foremost, they play a position that the two guys that are starting don't come off the field, right? Like Gabe Harris and Quintavious Johnson, if coach would let them, they'd play 175 snaps in a row until their tongue was dragging, and then they'd come off the field after being carried off the field. So that's the main reason.
It's also like, who on that Georgia defense going into a year is like, oh. Like, NFL guys have their thing, like KJ Bolden and Ellis Robinson are hot topic guys, yeah, but I don't feel like you've ever gone into a season like, hey, this guy's about to mess it up this year. You watch out for this. Like, no one went into 21 being like, hey, watch Trayvon Walker this year.
I thought the last year of Nolan Smith when he tore his pec or whatever it was.
Yeah, but that was
shoulder. Like, I thought that year we were supposed to pop. Because didn't we have 7.5 sacks before we got hurt?
It was 6.5.
6.5 before we got hurt. Yeah.
I thought that was the one.
And that's a great one, but that's also off of a natty.
Because that was coming back for year 4 too, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be like huge development year come out in your bag.
But I also don't feel
Just sack Bryce Young, 2022, 10-sack year.
And I also don't feel like Nolan Smith was like an incredibly different player from 22 to 21. Like he was great at what he was great at, and I don't feel like it was like he added another level to his game.
Didn't they lose a rusher from 21 to 22? Is why didn't he get more burned before he got hurt? I'm trying to think of reasons why we had such statistical up like a tick.
Well, you lost Dan Lanning. And you're not running as many simulated pressures. You lost, obviously,
Well, that
Trayvon
doesn't
Walker, which is in the same
explain why he
position.
had 6.5 sacks before he got hurt in 2022. That would explain
Well,
a stat decrease.
There is a player that was on the 2021 roster that did not finish out the season. That was a very high sack producer. That was not around for the 2022 season, and that would be one Adam Anderson.
Yep.
So that
There you
could
go.
be a point in why.
Yep. All right.
I
That
don't.
makes
I
sense.
accidentally missed this one. Don't want to miss it. Heisenberg 123. How would you analyze Casey Curry and Marcus Fakatu recruitments? Seems like those are the types of guys that would be in the top half of the class, money wise, just taking a shot.
Are these the two dudes that went hella viral out from Sierra Canyon?
I don't know.
I think they
actually don't
are.
know.
They're the two defensive tackles that are going nuts. I know Fakatu is. I mean,
I'm not repeating. I'm not making any jokes about it either.
On that note, baby should go to Georgia.
no,
Not for the
don't.
sake of this
Nah,
show.
he's a great football player. I always get really nervous about. Defensive linemen who are north of 6'6", though. It's like Calais Campbell, and that's it.
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis is a flat 6'6". This kid's already 6'6" and a half. I'm saying that's like and Jordan's 365 pounds and plays nose tackle. Who is a 3-tech, defensive tackle and beyond, north of 6'6", not named Calais Campbell, that worked?
How tall was Vince Wilford?
Vince Wilfork's a nose tackle.
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I don't have any.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I think we reach a line north of 6'6" to me is tackle territory. You should might as well kick over here, Bubba, and make $155 million doing one of those.
All right, we'll end on this one. I do want to address this. Mike B said, y'all ignored my question last week, even privately, so why bother? Mike B, I'm sorry.
That's
was
all
not
me, Mike B.
intentional.
That's not on them. That's on me. I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah, that was not intentional, so we apologize for that. Please keep asking us questions. We always try and get to as many as we can. Dolphin Master, opposite of my question last week, if you had to catch a 50-yard pass to survive, who will throw it, Brooks or Kirby, or Jay will if the other boys want to answer?
Oh.
No offense, Kirby. I'm going with Brooks.
Oh, I trust Brooks more. I've got a torn labrum.
It's a good
Too much
self-awareness.
bench press, eh,
A
fam?
repaired torn labrum, but still, I do not have the shoulder strength to throw. I could probably throw it 50 yards, but it would not.
I'm 50, flat-footed still.
Yeah. So, yeah, you win that one for sure.
There's your answer. Sorry for the other people we could not get to. Crunched up on time. We appreciate it. Ask them again next week. We'll try and get to them.
Played catch with another Power 5 starter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He who shall not be named.
Building a list.
Hey, hope you guys enjoyed it.
Go to bed, dude. You need
Dude, I have to
Yeah,
get up.
seriously, when we just
I
end
have
the
to get
stream,
up for
just
5 hours,
go to bed.
bro. Somebody was like, what time do you go to bed after a show? I'm like, dude, it takes me a good 3 hours to just calm down.
Yeah, to wind down from like the adrenaline.
Are y'all the same way?
Yes.
Okay. I can't just like go lay down and just fall asleep. It's not happening. So wish me luck
a
tomorrow.
good drive
luck.
home will usually calm you down, though. That's my
Maybe
way.
I'll just go take laps
There you go.
in the truck.
Like how you drive to sometimes put a baby to sleep.
Yeah, just put myself to sleep behind the wheel.
Don't do it
No,
behind
no,
the wheel.
no, no,
No. Park the car in the driveway.
Oh,
Don't
And
park it in
then-
the garage,
and
though.
then go into your
instant sleep glitch.
Just go around the roundabout a few times in the neighborhood. You'll be good.
All right. We'll see y'all later. Love you. Bye.